Remember, he won the QB2 job in preseason for a reason. And despite the fact he had a disastrous game against Baltimore, he's been able to step back, watch how it's done, and prepare better for this opportunity. They won't call this game around him. They won't ask him to win it. With more on the Browns, here's Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson is just the latest high-profile Browns offensive player to go down this season, joining Nick Chubb in both tackles. And while injuries are an unfortunate reality in the NFL, past sports head coach Kevin Stefanski to really focus on the message to his team amidst the adversity, saying, we don't ride the roller coaster like everybody else. We have a job to get done, and nobody cares. And they can also lean and take the lead of defense.
You're right. I think Jim Schwartz calling the shots. They have been masterful. Number one in team defense. They're doing it in a number of categories, including third down and getting to the quarterback. Meanwhile, the Steelers defense, they've led the way, 4 wins in their last 5 games. But injuries continue to plague this unit. It happened again last week. They got the win over Green Bay, but they lost Ron Alexander and Jordan Achilles out for the season. And Keanu Neal, the safety rib injury, he's on IR. They have to go even deeper on their wide receiver. Yeah, and with the practice squad, Uncle Walker played in Atlanta last year, had over 107 tackles. They'll need him against the Browns' running game. And Trenton Thompson, it's his first start in the NFL today. He better be on point in the secondary. Look for some play action in his direction. What we're seeing offensively, though, is juice in the running game. This has really come out in the last 2 weeks. They found their mojo. Huge numbers, the combination of Lawrence and Harris. It's clicking. And the rookie right tackle, Patrick Jones, he has provided a major lift, Charles. He certainly has. When the Steelers come out with a lot of running game, they love to get this big guy on the move. And he hits those targets. And look at all that opens behind him. With over 100 yards against Green Bay. Dr. Harrison with the rookie yards. And not because of Patrick Jones. He has the ability to hit people in space. And then you have to protect your passer in the NFL. Look how he takes the best pass rusher for Green Bay. Rashawn Gary passed it. And he can't get this downfield for a big first down. Part of the criticism of this Pittsburgh offense in the last 6 weeks, they have not been able to work the middle of the field in the passing game. A lot of sidelines. For Pittsburgh, they can solve some of that with Pat Freiermuth. Their tight end is back in the lineup. He's been out the last 6 weeks with a hamstring injury, and the Steelers are hoping to get it going through the year. Countdown to kickoff continues in good old-fashioned AFC North battle. The Steelers and the Browns battle the action coming up right here at CBS.
As CBS wraps up their game preview for today's battle in the AFC North between the 6-3 Pittsburgh Steelers and the 6-3 Cleveland Browns, I want to say thank you for tuning in and listening to my live watch-along reactions of today's game. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Coin Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Steelers, hashtag Here We Go, hashtag Browns, hashtag Dog Pound, as we're in the rock and roll city of Cleveland, Ohio for today's game. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, super likes, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated as well. So yes, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Red subscribe button, notification bell next to it as well to stay up to date, as this video is powered by Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Dead and Hunger, and we'll get into those in a minute. These two teams met week 2. It was Monday Night Football. Pittsburgh won their first game of the season, as Cleveland lost their first game of the season. They've been pretty steady ever since. They're both 6-3, right behind Baltimore, who's at 8-3 in the leader spot currently in the AFC North. This is Pittsburgh's first divisional matchup since they played the Ravens a week before their bye week. A little over a month ago. This is actually the first time they've been on the road in a month as well. Of course, not going far, but still an away game. But yeah, they met week 2. Defense was the difference then, as Pittsburgh had 2 defensive touchdowns in the win. Remember, Nick Chubb went down with an injury, out for the season. This past week, the Browns just lost their starting quarterback in Deshaun Watson, as well as he's also out for the rest of the season as well with a injury of his own, from knees to shoulders, eyes, nose, whatever the hell's, with this injury-plagued NFL season, it seems like. Pittsburgh's, dealing with it themselves. Just, you got to fight through the adversity. Next man up mentality. But from then until now, you know what type of game today's going to be. It's Pittsburgh, it's Cleveland, it's the AFC North. It's going to be a ground and pound, low-scoring, defensive showdown that's going to come down to the wire, and I'd be surprised if it didn't. So, Pittsburgh's found a running game recently. Talk about the injuries. Like I said, with Cleveland, from Nick Chubb earlier in the season and now Deshaun Watson, 2 of their biggest playmakers out for the year. Pittsburgh, remember, lost Cam Hayward. He's since returned. They lost Minka Fitzpatrick. He's still on the injury report, out for his 3rd consecutive game with a hamstring injury. Recently, also on defense, lost Cole Holcomb and Quan Alexander at linebacker with knee and Achilles injuries. They're going to be without Keanu O'Neal, I might add, as well, who was hurt on his interception return last week. He's on IR with a rib injury. However, Pittsburgh does get Pat Freiermuth back at tight end. First time he'll be playing today since the Texan game October the 1st. So this offense, can they continue to run the football with Jaylen Warren, who got the nod? He is the starting running back today, along with Najee Harris. Keep it balanced, keep it consistent as they possibly can, and simple as well. Just move the ball. They've started fast the past few weeks. Of course, defense to make stops. They're going to be going up against a rookie quarterback in Dorian Thompson-Robinson out of UCLA with Deshaun Watson's injury, P.J. Walker to back up. So pressure and turnovers, of course, stop the run because they're going to try to help them out in the run game, I think. So we'll see how it plays out. But like I said, you know what type of game this is going to be. We'll see how it plays out. Of course, Pittsburgh, under Mike Tomlin, against rookie quarterbacks, they are 24-5. For what it's worth. I mean, as Pittsburgh is on to kick off, Cleveland back deep to receive with the game underway here. It's still the 1-0 mentality. It's still standard. Take care of business. So the rest will sort itself out. They're in a good spot. So we'll see. We shall see. But woof woof. We're in the dog pound, and away we go with the elf at the middle of the field. Pittsburgh kicks it off, touchback. So first 10 Brownies from the 25-yard line, but it's the Sunday before Thanksgiving, so we'll see if the Steeler defense, let alone the offense, and vice versa, however you want to put it, but be able to stop some planes, trains, and automobiles, let alone be, the force and move forward. And just score some points, So, but with a rookie quarterback for Cleveland and DTR, they'll run it on the opening play, 1st and 10 for about 5 yards. So, Yeah, can they stop the run? But can they force pressure into a turnover? Just get the hell off the field defensively. Because if they find a running game and keep it, it's going to be tough. And then when you're not, doing anything yourself, you're screwed. So, yeah, this is sort of a must-win. You think about it for both teams. Got a late whistle and a flag on the play. Actually, Steelers are going to call timeout. Why? 33 seconds into the game, you call a timeout? Did they have 12 on defense? Okay, they had 12. They didn't want to give a free automatic first down in Cleveland right off the bat. So, yeah, Pittsburgh with everybody banged up. Once again, it's still next man up mentality. We'll see who makes plays. Of course, you still have Cam Hayward in the middle. You still have, Watt and Highsmith coming off the edge. It's really been the middle linebackers that they fixed, but then boom goes the dynamite, and then you still got to fight through the adversity. Yeah, with like I said, Holcomb and Quan Alexander injured, along with still having Minka out. Yeah, Michael Walker will get the start off the practice squad at middle linebacker. Flag on the play, coming back for a hold. And then Trenton Thompson in at safety. He played a little bit last week. But, of course, they still have, Pat Pete and Joey Porter Jr., Casey's played some damn good ball. Steelers went offside. So 5 yards automatic first down. And yeah, with Sean Hawkey as your fucking ref, as your white Cabernet, you're going to get a shit ton of penalties. That's just a given. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody this upcoming week. I remember on Thanksgiving a couple years ago, you're off the Raider-Cowboy game. Each team had like fucking 20 penalties apiece. It was ridiculous. So, like, don't be surprised there's a shit ton of penalties called today. Pittsburgh with 2 already, really only 1 because I had to burn a timeout, but they're not starting that great. I mean, this is the typical start you'd normally see, other than the past few weeks, with getting the ball and then driving and scoring offensively. But 2nd and 5. See what they do here. From the 42. Looking to throw. Slant caught Cooper. They got to cover him. They got to cover him for sure. Let alone, once again, just stop the run. Make him throw. He's a rookie quarterback. Stats don't lie. Pittsburgh, once again, under Tomlin, pretty damn good against rookies. 24-5 once again. Let alone up against backup quarterbacks because of injuries throughout the years under Mike Tomlin. Now that's come up time and time again, and some people will say, well, Pittsburgh's getting lucky. Hey, nobody can control that other than the person, getting injured, and then hell, they can't even control that. If you get hurt, you get hurt, It's just how it's worked out, and then sometimes they, use it to their advantage. Sometimes they haven't, though. I remember a few years ago, they were undefeated, went on the road, in division, right before holiday, and lost to a backup quarterback because of an injured starter. And then the season went down the drain. So I'll leave it at that, okay? So regardless of who's playing, you still got to stop them. You know, like it's not a given because on any given Sunday, somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose. And with the NFL, because of the overtime rule, of course, you can still tie. But 3rd and 10 from the 47, and they run a screen, and Benton right there to wrap him up. He's been playing well. He has. I mean, he was thrown to the wolves early on with Hayward getting injured week 1, and sort of has, been in a good portion of the game every week since then, as they do get off the field. So, they gave it first down or two, but they get off the field. So Cleveland's on to punt. Might turn into a field position game here. Can they run the ball? Once again, Jalen Warren, your new starting running back for the black and gold. They'll still run a two halfback set. They will. The ball should be down to about the 8. They touched it first around the 8 before they officially downed it inside the 5. No, they'll work them both in. They will. Because when you got a two-headed monster, at least running it as well as they have recently, and it's working, you keep at it. You want to watch out for play action today. That's what I'll say. And the middle of the field with Pittsburgh getting Freiermuth back at tight end. Tight ends for the Steelers this year might have, 25 catches at this point for as many yards, times it by 4 or 8, give or take, So, it's ridiculous that they don't get these tight ends involved enough, let alone for, a decent margin. Because even when Freiermuth was healthy, they weren't getting the ball. He was hurt, they still weren't getting tight ends the ball. Maybe he's a decoy today. Maybe it opens up more for Connor Hayward. Maybe it opens up more for Darnell Washington. And then with Freiermuth back, do they keep Rodney Williams? It looks to be the case, yes. And it could be wrong, though. I don't know when the last time they updated this. But, because you're not really going to keep 4 tight ends. Even though he did play well in his absence, for the most part on special teams. Remember that block against Baltimore on the punt. But then, if you run the ball and it's open up the middle of the field, then they're going to cover that. Then you're going to have one-on-one down the sideline. So, or vice versa. Someone, whether it's the far side, near side, middle of the field, checking it down, on dump offs in the flat, on the screen, whatever the case may be, somebody's going to be open, okay, if you can establish a run game. Because they're going to try to stop, and then that's when you beat them with the pass. So, just keep it simple. Jesus Christ. Cleveland's going to want a safety on that, as Kenny Pickett gets sacked on the opening play of the game. And they're going to say he's down to half-yard line. So they start out of the gun, 1st and 10 from the 8, and then he gets sacked. And Cleveland might challenge. It's close. The rolling on the field, though, is they say he was sacked in the field of play, but that's right there on the goal line. So no safety, 2nd and 18 now for Pittsburgh. So couldn't have asked for a worse start. And now they'll run it. And now that's a safety. But they say no. They say no gain on the play. third down. I mean, you can't get much more closer to the end zone than that. Going backwards. I mean, yeah, Cleveland probably should have 2 safeties there, no doubt about it. Still only be 2 points to be getting the ball back, not 4. But now 3rd and 18. So why not fucking chuck it deep and then just punt? Because you're not going to go anywhere. Roll out, pass, complete to about the original line of scrimmage, and they go 3 and out, and we'll punt. As the pass was complete to Allen Robinson. So, yeah, not a good start. And now Cleveland, just talk about field position, they're going to get the ball back with some decent field. Probably around midfield or so. And then, if they can drive the way they did early, they're probably going to get some points coming up. Yeah, they probably should have had a safety or 2 there, no doubt about it. But, yeah, boom this Presley Harvin with your blue suede shoes. Boom it. And he will. Fair catch signal for right at the 50. So, 1st and 10 Browns from midfield, 8:24 to play in the opening quarter. As we're knotted up at 0, as both teams had to punt to begin the game. But Cleveland with a better start than Pittsburgh. At least they drove and, got a couple first downs before the drive stalled. Pittsburgh, they went backwards 8 yards and then, forward a couple. But, from the sack to the tackle right there at the line of scrimmage, whether he's in the end zone or not. They said he wasn't. Whether it should have been a safety or not. It's not. Still 0-0. So Cleveland's getting the ball back. They're going to throw on this damn defense again. Probably to win the game. Just typical Steelers. Nothing's new. But, yeah, I don't even know what the play call other than a pass was on that opening play, because they were boom right there to wrap him up. Like, he didn't even get a chance to get a look to throw the ball. They were right there to bring his ass down and sack him. And then, yeah, get yourself some breathing room. Run it, no gain on the play, and then, yeah, you got to, as I said, just fucking chuck it deep. But they rolled out and got about 5 yards or so, and then they had to punt. So, not a good start by any means. But it's early, still a lot of football to be played. I'm not that worried about it just yet. Just still got to, take care of business, try to sort itself out. Because like I said, today's game is sort of a must-win for both teams. We're both 6-3 in the AFC North. Trailing Baltimore was 8-3. Having already played this week, they beat Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football. Bengals lost Joe Burrow for the season as well. So both Ohio NFL teams, with the Browns and Bengals out with their starting quarterbacks now the rest of the way because of injuries to the shoulder and wrist, respectively. So that leaves, once again, Pittsburgh in a good spot, especially with, the way the schedule is. And like I've said all season long, if they can take care of business, win, these games out of division, out of conference, as of course coming off a win against Packers last week, in a game that came down to the final play. We've had plenty of these games come down to the final play with these two. I expect the same. But 1st and 10 Browns from midfield now. And they got a wildcat formation. And a direct snap. Run goes for 2 yards before Highsmith wraps him up. So 2nd and 8. Yeah, I was surprised Cleveland didn't challenge either of them. Especially the sack. So, if Cleveland would have challenged, they said it would have been a safety. But, well, Pittsburgh burned a timeout 30 seconds in. Cleveland obviously don't want to challenge and lose it and be down to challenge a timeout, So, roll out, wide open, 1st down Browns, and Njoku grilling to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Browns. So, yeah, they got to get up the field on defense here. They do. I mean, they're probably going to give 3 points here at least. And just think, they have the safety. So if it's up for 3, it's 5-0. What is this, the fucking Indians and the Pirates? No, it's the Browns and Steelers. But, yeah, from 31, 1st and 10, empty set, back motions in. And DTR screen complete for getting pushed out of bounds by TJ Watt and Joey Porter Jr. So on Wisconsin, and we are Penn State, but 2nd and 5. I'll get back to what I was saying in a minute, but just frustrating, you know. Here we go again. 2nd and 5 from the 25. And they'll hand off and give a first down run. That might be a hold, and then they finally wrap them up, and then they'll get a fucking face mask called against them on the tackle. Jesus Christ. You can call this down the middle or not. Personal foul, face mask on the Steelers on the tackle, but yet there's a hold for his blocker right before he did get tackled. I mean, come on. You're going to throw flags, call it down the fucking middle. I don't have a problem then, but when you're not, yeah, that's when that occurs. So 1st and goal, Browns from the 6-yard line. And DTR hands off. Pittsburgh brings them down after about a yard or 2. Can you force a field goal? I mean, come on. Can you force a field goal? Empty set out of the Wildcat. Spins down to the 1. 3rd and goal. Third and goal from the 1. And out of the eye, they'll hand off again, and no, they stuff him. He did not get in. Now Cleveland's got a decision to make. They go for it or kick the field goal. Boom. Yep. He did not get in. 4th and goal. And watch the sneak, but watch a bootleg. Watch the play action to, say, a tight end wide open at the back of the end zone. And a flag on the play. And now Cleveland's going to challenge whether he got in or not. Excuse me. Rolling on the field is being challenged. They're going to challenge that? He did not get in. They're challenging the wrong shit. They should have challenged the safety. They would have got 2 points out of it. And now they're going to challenge whether he got in on the touchdown or not, which he did not. That's going to stand as called. And it'll be 4th and goal. Even if they move the ball up an inch, it's still 4th and goal. It's not like it's going to be a first down. That's just stupidity. Like, he's asked backwards with probably just getting pressured. Okay, well, we got to challenge this now because we didn't challenge the other one. That's just stupid on their part. But they'll still have a decision to make on 4th down. With it going to stand, I think. Be confirmed that it's 4th and goal. Because if they overturn, that's a touchdown. There's no fucking way that's a touchdown. No way. Do they go for it? Do they kick it? Like I said, watch the sneak, but watch a play action to a tight end or so. Or if they throw a fade, okay, but somebody just wide open in the back of the end zone after you get beat on the fake on the run. Let alone, why not a fullback dive? I mean, especially in a game like this. But yeah, Pittsburgh not with that great of a start, and now, I mean, I get the short field, but they allowed Cleveland to drive, a good 40 yards or so before they had to punt to begin the game. Then they went 3 and out, and now they just gave up 50 yards and, maybe a touchdown. And the Browns probably should have had at least 2 points, if not, some more here. Because then it comes down to, well, if they had the safety, they scored, they kick the extra point to go for 2, is it 9-10 nothing then? Or, like I said, 5-0 if they have to settle for 3. But they said touchdown on that? Are you fucking joking? The Browns are on to attempt the extra point. There's no way in hell that was a touchdown. The right arm crossed the goal line, so to speak, with the football on it. Calls overturned, touchdown Browns. Are you joking? I gotta see a replay of that again. There's no fucking way that was a touchdown. Browns extra point. Up and good, 7-0 with 4:35 to play in the opening quarter. There's no way that was a touchdown. They obviously challenged it, though, and they reviewed it and looked at it, and they said touchdown. Right there? Okay. I'll live with that now. Still. Because right about there, no. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? As the angle's on the same shot, different. You look at one, it's showing this. You look at the other, it's showing that, though. But normally, whenever it would have been looked at and reviewed, as the Browns are on to kick off, you have to find instant evidence to return it. If you don't have enough, it's going to, stand. But they felt like they had enough to overturn it, so they did. A little contradictory. A little bit of, I don't know. How in the hell you can say that's a touchdown? No. So 1st and 10, Pittsburgh now from the 25. Pickett looking to throw. Complete Pickens. Because remember, Pittsburgh still has Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, and Allen Robinson. Little Calvin Austin the third as well. As we get an update. This is actually the only game we're watching today. Because there's no 1 o'clock game on Fox for myself. So it's only Steelers-Browns. here early on. This NFL Week 11, Sunday, November the 19th, 2023. With their first road game in about a month. They'll go on the road again next week at Cincinnati, and then get a couple home games back to back again. But first down run up the middle by Najee Harris, but yeah, there's a word I'm looking for, trying to think of. I can't think of it to save my fucking life. But if I ever think of it, I'll let you know. 1st and 10 from the 36. And they'll run an end around near side. Pickens going to hurdle and lose a yard. Jesus Christ. That's the Matt Canada special right there. The fucking end around that doesn't work. 2nd down and 11. Yeah, fake the run and Naj. I mean, shit, probably should have handed it off to him. He probably would have bounced the outside, far side, and off to the races he went. But no, they'll run the end around and then it gets nowhere. So 2nd and 11. They love hurdling for whatever fucking reason, I might add, too. It's just not Najee or Connor Hayward or now George Pickens. It's a bunch of them. Jalen Warren on the screen. No gain on the play. 3rd down and long. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm not surprised one bit, you know. I said it earlier, like, don't be surprised they still struggle. Because you still got to stop them. You know, you still got to execute yourself. You know. Little things add up, but, you know, it might not even be the biggest thing that, you know, play clock winding down 3, 2, 1, going to call timeout. Jesus fucking Christ. You burned 2 timeouts in the first quarter. Minute 58 to play in the opening quarter. Down 7. Got 3rd and 11. They probably won't convert. Anyway, they'll probably have to punt again. Now they're down 2 timeouts. Have one rest the first half. They're just not playing good. They're not playing smart. They're not executing. And the defense can't get stopped. So, I mean, you know, they're 6-3. They're 6 wins, you know, all by 1 score, including over Cleveland, like I said, week 2, 26-22. Defense was the story that night because the defense touchdowns by the black and gold. But then the 3 losses, 2 of them blowouts, but all 3 by 10 points or more. You know, if they can keep it close, you know, they're winning. That's the story. But just, can he convert? Can he get a first down, for God's sakes? Empty set. Pickett going to throw. And looks near side. Complete. And Darnell Washington going to be short, though. So they'll punt again. Who would have thought? Good fucking God. So now they're going to be playing from behind. Playing catch-up, even though we're not at Heinz Field. Or Acrisure Stadium, whatever the hell it's called now. They're on the road in Cleveland. Inside the dog pound. So 4th and 3 from the 43, they'll punt again. And that's the furthest they've moved down the field thus far. Fair catch signal for the 10-yard line by the Browns. So can they get off the field defensively now? You know, they did early, but then they gave up a touchdown with a short field. Whether it's a touchdown or not, who knows? They said it wasn't, and they said they did, and Steelers go 3 and out, and Browns get the ball back. So time possession, you know, coming down, or coming into play in this game already. With this game probably going to come down to the wire regardless. I mean, this once again, like I said, start. It's how this game's going to be. What defense is going to bend but doesn't break. You know, just it's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. But yeah, sort of back to what I was saying a little bit ago, a must-win game for both these teams. Be the last time they play unless they meet the playoffs until next year. Because Pittsburgh has played Cleveland now twice. Second game ongoing. Played Baltimore once. Haven't even played the Bengals yet. They play them next week and then play them right before Christmas. And then they play the Ravens week 18. So with being at 6-3, they're undefeated in division. 2-0 against Cleveland and Baltimore. Once again, like I've been saying, take care of business here and there. Well, okay, if you do lose some of them, okay, but you should still be with how the schedule shakes out. And now, even you'd think working out, for the most part, even more now in their favor with some more injuries, but they're battling injuries themselves. So still next man up. It's still, you got to, with what I was just saying, execute and, make stops. Like, it's not a given that, just because their opponent is down this guy or that guy, that they're automatically going to win. No, that's just the fucking narrative. That's what people assume. But when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So yeah, just they're still going to be in the thick of it. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if they drop this game or that game. I mean, unless they go on a run, and they win however many in a row, or however many of, as they've won 4 of 5 recently. So, and that goes back before the bye week, I might add, to the Raven game. Because remember, then they went on a bye, beat the Rams, should have beat the Jags, lost to Jacksonville, though. And then they beat Tennessee and beat Green Bay. And here we are today at Cleveland. So, yeah, they've won 4 or 5, 2 straight again. And then it's that loss in between. That's just sort of how it's been. A loss week 1. 2 wins, a loss. And then so forth. It's been... That pass is high, incomplete. 3rd down and 9 coming up as they got a yard on the opening play of that drive. So 3rd and 9 coming up from the 11. It's been a trend, with 6-3. So as we near the end of the first quarter, DTR out of the gun looking to throw over the middle. They're getting their tight ends involved. He's going to be short, though, 4th and inches. They'll punt. That should do it for the first in the meantime. So they'll switch ends. And, unless they go hurry up here. That's 4th and a good yard. Yeah, they'll punt. It's early. Inside your own fucking 20, you're going to go for it. You're going to try to draw them off sides in the quarters. What they're going to do. They're not going to fucking snap this. No fucking way. Yeah, and then they'll punt to begin the quarter. Second quarter. Yeah, end of the first. Browns lead the Steelers 7-0. So the Browns will punt, I'd assume, to start the second quarter. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back. You'd hope with some decent field position. Because they haven't had it thus far. No, but yeah, they lost, then they won. Then they won again and lost. Won, lost, won, and well, here we are today. So you do the math in your head. Hate to put it that way, but it's true. That's just how the season's gone. So yeah, just of course not a good start, but it's early, and so we think they just got off the field, forcing a punt, but Cleveland still might go for it. But why the fuck would you go for it inside your own 20-yard line? Makes no sense. Especially early. whether you have a lead or not. Like, just stupidity. But I thought it was stupid for them to challenge the challenge they challenged, even though they should have challenged the safety earlier and they didn't. Probably could have got 2 points out of that, but didn't. Let alone they challenged a touchdown that said wasn't a touchdown, and then it gets overturned and they win it. So that's why they have the 7-0 lead. Because once again, from the defense getting off the field early, but then a bad start offensively. This is going to be their third, fourth drive coming up already. And the furthest they've, gone downfield is about the 40, 45-yard line or so. I mean, run the damn ball. For one, Kenny Pickett's going to have to make some plays. That's why I just said with tight ends, well, Cleveland's working the middle of the field getting tight ends involved. Why can't you? Especially with Freiermuth back, get him the fucking ball. But then, if you throw downfield with a running game, they'll start to cover that eventually. It's going to open up the sides. Or vice versa. If you're throwing to the sides, middle of the field's going to be there. Continue to run the ball. You're going to be balanced. You would think you're consistent at that point then, and still with the running game, you're moving the ball. And you're scoring points. So, 4th down for the Browns as I lose my voice. And they will line up to punt. So Pittsburgh back deep to receive. Calvin Austin going to let it bounce out of bounds about the 16-yard line. So 1st and 10 Pittsburgh from there, and they can't even luck out and get a decent starting spot on this upcoming drive because of the booming punt. So 1st and 10 Pittsburgh. But yeah, run the damn ball. Keep it simple. Run the pass. They're passing the run though. But if you abandon the run game and they know exactly what you're going to do and that's throw the ball each time, they're going to fucking stop you. Najee Harris on the run. And he gets 8, maybe 9 yards. So 2nd down. But yeah, just we'll see what happens. We'll see what it gives. I'm sure something will. Just they got to get a spark. They got to get some momentum and rhythm built up, and then capitalize off of it. 2nd yard. Remember, they only have one timeout the rest of the first half because they had to burn 2 in the first quarter. Play action pass. They run a screen, but no. Ball's batted down, incomplete, 3rd yard. Run the damn ball. I cannot state it enough. Run it. Najee wasn't even fucking looking for the ball anyway when Pickett threw it to him on a screen. So it still would have fell incomplete, let alone, who knows, maybe been picked off. So they're lucky it, fell incomplete there, 3rd yard coming up. And they'll run Jalen Warren on a jet sweep far side, 1st down Pittsburgh. All right, 1st down Steelers. Keep it going. They're going to give us another update. We'll pull up some stats and scores in a minute. It's always coming at halftime. We'll give a recap and preview as well. But this game is actually today's question of the day on social media, so be sure to go vote on the poll on Facebook and Twitter. Of course, I'm in the comments below. And thanks for tuning in. But 1st and 10 from the 28. Play clock. That's fucking delay a game unless they call a timeout. They let it slide for the time being. And then a screen, tackle for loss, but then did they blow it dead? And we got a flag for, well, it's still going to be a fucking 5-yard loss anyway. Yeah, delay a game on Pittsburgh. So, okay, that play did not happen. Still 5-yard loss anyway. 5-yard loss on the screen on tackle for loss, let alone, 5 yards on a delay of game. Still fucking 1st and 15. Well, they get an extra down out of it. Not 2nd and 15, it's 1st and 15. But still, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. They'll run a draw here. Or they'll run a draw on 2nd down, well, on 3rd down, when they should have run it earlier. I mean, just get yourself some fucking, breathing room, let alone a management situation. Pickett, far side, complete Pickens, and did he get a 1st down? They're going to be marking him out about a yard short. So 2nd and 1. All right. That might be a 1st down. That might be a 1st down. They say 2nd and a yard. They'll hand off Jalen Warren. He spins, gets a 1st down. Stiff arm, still moving. We're in the dog pound, and he's a pit bull. He is. He's something else. He's a bowling ball of a bulldozer. And he just has that juice. He has that fight. I mean, last week, of course, coming off his first 100-yard rushing game. Yeah. His journey to Pittsburgh's an interesting one, to say the least. I'll give it to him again. And he gets about 5, maybe 6 yards, 2nd down coming from Pittsburgh. You got to continue to build, though, okay? You got to keep at it. You can't do one good thing and then a couple bad things and then expect, okay, it's going to work out. No, it won't. I'd take a shot. I would. I'm saying down the middle of the field in the fucking tight end and Pat Fryermuth as well. But continue to run the damn ball down their damn throat. Austin in motion, give me a hell yeah. And the slant, incomplete. 10 for Pickens. 3rd down and 4. 11:20 to play in the half. Starting to get chippy. But what's new? These two teams hate each other. So, can you get a 1st down? Can you get a 1st down? Nothing stupid either. Don't get tricky here. Pickett looking to throw, and he's behind on the slant, incomplete 4th down. And guess what? They'll punt again. Over under on the games prior right now at about 20. So let me know in the comments below. Jesus fucking Christ. Just, here we go again. They do a couple good things and then boom, back to nothing. Yeah, exactly. They got to keep it moving. They got to keep it going. You can't do one good thing and then backtrack. I get sometimes you got to take a couple of steps back to go forward, but when you're going forward, you want to keep going forward. You don't want to go backwards. You got to give Cleveland credit. They're making stops on defense, but just, Jesus Christ, man. Just blows my damn mind that they can continue to play like this. At least they're consistent at playing like this, which ain't a good thing. Just, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's pathetic. I mean, this is the typical start, we're used to seeing. Slow first quarter. They might get rolling early mid-second quarter before halftime or so. They will get the ball back to begin the second half, I might add. So that's a good thing. Right now, I mean, they really, got to do something here before too long. They can't let it get out of hand. But relying on his defense way too damn much again. Here we go. But yeah, can they, of course, make stops, get the hell off the field? But, as it will come down to the fourth quarter, we'll see how it plays out in the meantime, because it just will, unless they get too far behind, and that's all. She wrote, because it's just where they're at. It's who they are, for one. That's a given. That's nothing new. But, slow start to maybe picking up some steam here, maybe get rolling, What's going to be the one or two, plays they make that, all right, where the hell's this been at? Let alone that, okay, this is why they won the game or flat out lost the game, which, it wouldn't be one or two things. It would be more, so, I don't know, times that by a couple million. But yeah, just they like playing, slow and steady. They like playing from behind. It's just who they are. It's just who they are. There's no other way to, put it. Other way to explain it. Handoff for a couple yards. So, second down coming up, but I guess I'll leave it at that. There's not really much else to be said. Yeah, Herbig's somebody at linebacker. Even though they've had him come off the edge, could or you'd like to have step up and make some plays with all the injuries they've suffered at the position. If they'd move somebody off the edge to the middle and then have him on the edge. Watt chasing down DTR, he dumps it off on the screen though, breaks a couple tackles before Cam Hayward brings him down. So third down. Yeah, it's not your typical, players, but it's still your Steeler defense. So it's next man up mentality. You play with who you have. That's why you have them on the roster for a reason. Because you believe in them. You believe that they can make plays for you when needed. And 9 times out of 10, the Steeler defense makes the stops they need. 3rd and 4. Can they get off the field again? And they'll run it, and Pittsburgh will stuff them. And Cleveland's going to have to punt again. So, if not now, when? You got to take advantage of this. You got to get rolling offensively. You got to at least get a decent drive going and get Boswell in field goal range, for God's sake. Get some points. Cut this lead. I mean, you only have one timeout the rest of the first half, because you had to burn 2 once again in the first quarter, but you got to do something. You can't do anything. You got to do something. They're trying, but close but no cigar. As Cleveland will punt. And from the 20 on the return, Calvin Austin, 30 to the 33. As he was clotheslined. So 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from there, 8:48 to play in the half, down 7. Got a timeout, 2-minute warning. I mean, why not work some clock while you're at it? If you can, get a drive going, rather than quick 3 and out. Can't take any damn time off the clock, let alone, get a first down when the drive stalls. Like, they got to be consistent. They got to, one thing after another, put it all together. They got to execute. So we'll see how they play, because from the start until now, is once again we have 8:48 to play in the half. Pittsburgh getting the ball 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line. We have had officially Because I'm waiting for stats to load. There we go. Okay. Officially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drives total between these two teams, with 6 punts, 3 apiece, but then it's the Brown touchdown. That, okay, would have been a field goal if they would have kicked it, let alone still went for it. But remember, they challenged it, it was overturned, it was a touchdown. But other than that, it's been a punt contest. Not a hell of a lot's happened. Pittsburgh's longest drive's been 8 plays, 37 yards. Just pathetic. At least Cleveland's been able to move the ball a little bit. You know, and then just the defense gets off the field then. But Cleveland's defense is making stops because Pittsburgh can't even fucking move the ball hardly. I mean, they're trying to run the ball. Continue to run the football for one. Don't abandon it. But Pickett's going to have to make some plays, and that's what I've been saying. Freiermuth back, get the tight ends the fucking football down the middle of the field. Even when he was healthy and out, they weren't getting the ball anyway. But Robinson in motion, 1st and 10. Pickett will hand off Najee Harris. He's going to lower the shoulder and get to about 38, 39-yard line. It starts up front. You got to be able to block to run the damn ball. Of course, protect the quarterback as well. They've, knock on wood, you know, played pretty smart and haven't turned the ball over offensively lately. You know, and then defensively, they've gotten turnovers and capitalized off of it. But, you know, with the playmakers they have, for God's sakes, with Kenny Pickett quarterback, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren tailback, to Johnson, Pickens, Robinson, and Austin receiver, and Freiermuth, Connor Hayward, Darnell Washington at tight end. Just fucking get the ball to somebody. Somebody's going to be open, you know. And it starts up front, the line. Going to be one in the trenches today. Run the damn ball. They do there again on a quarterback draw, whether it's a designed play or not, who knows. Nobody was seemingly open, though. I mean, he could have dumped it off on a screen, but he saw green grass in front of him, took off and ran and slid and got a first down Pittsburgh at the 43-yard line. So can they keep it going? You know, not one good thing and then nothing. You got to keep it going. It's building blocks, folks, okay? We all learned as kids to fucking build with Legos and Lincoln Logs and, you know, whatever else you would have played with toy-wise as a kid. You know, it starts up front. And you got to, you know, get a spark to build a fire and a foundation to build a house. You got to keep it going, okay? You can't just do something and then just leave it set, okay? Unless it'll build up and turn into a bunch of nothing. 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard run. Keep at it. They'll fake the run. Pickett going to roll out. Step up. Going to tuck it and run again. He's going to dive headfirst out past midfield. 3rd and 3 coming up. I mean, I've said all season long, well, with Johnson and Pickens at wide receiver, still have Allen Robinson. They really haven't gotten the ball. He's playing pretty damn good, though, today. In the blocking game. I mean, Pickett's first pass was complete to A-Rob earlier. I mean, he's not necessarily a decoy, but Pickett looking to throw on 3rd and 2, he gets fucking sacked because he wants to fucking run around with like a chicken with his head cut off. Jesus Christ. 4th down, they'll punt. Just, Jesus Christ, man. It's just a story of who they are. Slow. Do one good thing, and then, nope, we're not doing another damn good thing until, whenever we feel like it again, which won't be for a while. Step the fuck up in the pocket. Don't run around. Good God. Pittsburgh punts fair catch signal for about the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. Son of a bitch. Relying on this defense again. So they're going to have to get a turnover or two. They are. They're going to have to just continue to get stops, and until the offense gets rolling, here we are deadlocked with a punt contest with the Browns having a yard touchdown because they're able to drive, as they have been for the most part, but then their other drives are stalled. They've had to punt because the Steelers defense got off the field. Steelers drives, well, yeah, they've might have got a first down or two, if that. But then they can't. That was the first time they've been out past midfield today, and then they still go backwards and have to punt. Like, they need a hard reset in this game right now. They do. They got to wake the fuck up. You know, they would have bust up for one. But then two, even with an early start, you're used to playing at 1 o'clock. And if you're not, well, get ready, because last week you played at 1 o'clock. You're playing at 1 o'clock today. You play at 1 o'clock again next week, and you play at 1 o'clock the following week. You know? Like, it's nothing new. It's, once again, just who they are. So, man, just frustrating as all hell that they think this is good enough to, you know, play, let alone win. They're going to need a couple big stops defensively. Let alone the offense is going to have to get rolling here before too long. You know, I don't know if it's because they haven't played on the road in a month, you know, or what, but I can tell you that answer's no. You know, it doesn't matter. Home, away, neutral site. They could be playing in North Korea. Steeler Nation would still show up, and the team would still be playing like this. You know, so 1st and 10, Cleveland. 5:29 to play in the half. So, can they get off the field? Because, yeah, there's their stat right there. 8 drives with 7 total punts. And one drive that didn't end the punt was a Brown touchdown. So 7-0. But no, with now 5:25 to play after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 coming up in this first half. Yeah, can they get off the field, get the ball back with some time, and maybe the 2-minute warning, maybe not, and their timeout? Or is Cleveland going to go on a drive here to end the half and score some points? And then Pittsburgh's, you know, in a hole, even though they're getting the ball back to begin the second half. 2nd and 10, DTR's pass complete, missed tackle, and then they finally wrap him up after 12-yard pickup. So 1st and 10, Cleveland in the meantime. So, just pathetic. Just absolutely pathetic. But we'll see here. We'll see. 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt in the ball game. He was re-signed by the Browns after Nick Chubb went down with an injury, and they run a toss on an end around as well. Good block, and then brought down about a yard or so short of the first down marker. So they got a 2nd and 1, and they got a drive going again. Yeah, that was an excellent block by Dorian Thompson-Robinson. You don't see quarterback blocking like that anymore. You don't. Because they always want to, you know, hold back and not risk injury. But he just put his fucking body on the line, you know, trying to get his, you know, teammates to believe in him a little bit, you'd think. 2nd and 2. And they'll run Hunt Even though Hines' catch-up's better. He might have got a yard or two. And that's a first down by that spot. Yeah, that's a first down by that spot right there. Don't move the sticks. It's another first down for the Brownies. As the dog pound's been barking with an early lead on Pittsburgh, and I mean, it's low-scoring defensive showdown because defense isn't making stops, but Pittsburgh's given up, the 7 they did. That's why they're down. DTR's pass, high, incomplete. Oh, come on. You're going to throw a flag on that? Are you fucking joking? Before the pass, we got a hold on the Steeler defense. Automatic first down. Jesus Christ. And Joey Porter Jr. has been picked on all season long. He's probably been the most penalized Steeler defender all fucking season, to be honest with you. But they just got to play smart. I mean, even with the penalties, whether they're penalties or not, just fuck them. Play through it. 1st and 10, ball at 44, and TJ Watt wraps him up. Yeah, Cleveland might run this clock out, to be honest with you. They might. 2nd and 4. Probably got one more play here before the 2-minute warning. And then if they get another first down, drive stays alive, got a couple timeouts. I mean, shorter field as they continue to drive. They're going to hope to get some points here, it looks like, before halftime, run this clock out on Pittsburgh. Hand off. It all really just depends on what happens on that play, which was about a half yard or so, and this next play. I mean, Pittsburgh's going to let the clock run. They only got one timeout because they burned 2 in the first quarter once again. But 3rd and 4 coming up for Cleveland with 2 minutes to play, up 7-0 on the black and gold. You'd think if Pittsburgh gets a stop, they're going to call that 3rd and final timeout below 2 minutes now, and get the ball back with some time and no timeouts to drive themselves and potentially get some points before halftime. Let alone, all right, get the ball back to begin the second half as well, maybe double dip, and probably still going to be 7-0, but could be 7-3, could be 7-6, could be 7-7, could be 10-7, could be 14-7. Any of those, I would think. And we'll see what happens. Got a big play coming up here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. A very fast first half. When these two teams met earlier this season, Monday Night Football, we had a very slow first half. Of course, that was then. This is now. Really, not much has changed in the meantime. Both teams are 6-3. The trend for the Steelers is loss, win, loss, so on and so forth, on down the line. And they're coming off of a 2-game winning streak and winning 4 or 5, so you can fill in the rest. Which hopefully doesn't happen, and it turns in their first 3-game win streak of the season before they go on the road again next week at Cincinnati. I mean, they might as well just fucking stay out in Ohio. Practice, I don't know, at some MAC school, or of course Roethlisberger has connections in Miami, Ohio, let alone go to Ohio State, and Columbus, and then so they're getting ready for Michigan next week, a knee game on the road. They could practice in the shoe all week. And then just, rather than come home, just stay out there and then go to Cincinnati. Get Thanksgivings on Thursdays, so they'll come home Then they'll fly out to Cincinnati after busting back from Cleveland. But yeah, just we'll see what gives here. Got to get stopped. Like, they always need a fucking reason to do something. It's like, one, you're playing football in the NFL. Isn't that reason enough to go out and, play good and win? I mean, come on now. Third and 4 from midfield for the Browns. Get off the field, call timeout, get the ball back. Quarterback draw, and boom, but they'll get the first down. Jesus Christ. So now you let this clock run. You don't even worry about getting the ball back. You let them do what they want, but you still stop them. Yeah, just... How the hell don't you get off the field there? Obviously, Cleveland wants it more. Now the previous play is under further review, so they're going to think about it, hopefully tell us something good. I mean, I don't know what there is to look at. Seeing like got the first down. That's a first down. I don't know why the fuck they're looking at this. Yeah, these fucking refs need to get this game under control and get their head on their ass and just let these players play. So they'll take a commercial break. I have no idea why they're looking at that. The reviews today have been weird. They have been. There's a should have been safety that Cleveland didn't challenge that they would have got if they would have. Let alone there was a touchdown that said no on, and then they overturned it, and then it was a touchdown. And now this, they said first down, but they're going to look at it to make sure it was a first down, and it's clearly a first down, but they think it's not. It's like just stupidity. It's like, I get you want to look at it, but stick, with your gut feeling, with the spot on the field. And they're just wasting time is all they're doing. But get back to it again here shortly. Commercial break, minute 51 or so, I believe, to plan the half. That was a big down. Big 3rd and 4. Pittsburgh couldn't get off the field. I'd be shocked if they overturned this. Like, I'd probably shit my pants if they said no, 4th down, Browns punt, still get the ball back. They keep their timeout because he got out of bounds, so the clock stops. But it's going to be 1st and 10 Cleveland. And Pittsburgh, shouldn't be in any hurry to stop the clock now. Just try to keep them out of the end zone, let alone off the scoreboard, and not even kick a field goal. Because you're going to be down going into halftime, looking to make adjustments then, and then, hopefully doing something in the second half to come back and win this game. Because if not, you're fucked and you're going to lose. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll leave it at that. As always, coming to halftime, though, with first half stats and scores. Take a look around the NFL. See what's going on. Preview next week as well, so stay tuned for that. Talk about Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Dead Hungry as well. So, of course, get some insight on the first half. Preview what's to come in the second half, I would think. Pittsburgh just has to get rolling.
Two determinations were made during the timeout. He had enough for the first down.
It's clearly a first down.
He did not get out of bounds, so they had to take 10 seconds off.
Oh, there's a 10-second runoff because he didn't get out of bounds. So, minute 41 now, clock's running. And to the 38-yard line he goes. That play took about 10 seconds. Second down. So, yeah, Pittsburgh should be in no hurry to stop the clock. DTR looking to throw. Pass complete. Amari Cooper. Joey Porter Jr. wraps him up. Cleveland with 3 timeouts and a minute to play. Doesn't seem like they're in any hurry to stop the clock either. New set of downs again, 1st and 10. And a slant caught. Coop. 9 yards. 2nd and short. They'll probably call timeout. Yeah, 44 seconds. Timeout, Browns. So they're going to try to score a touchdown, I think. If they have to settle for 3, then so be it. You think Pittsburgh can get off the field, though, and give them next to nothing before halftime, and then you're still down 7 rather than 10 or 14 going into the halftime. Like, they got to get rolling offensively. They got to get rolling offensively. So 2nd and 2 after the timeout. And Pittsburgh with some pressure. Screen is caught, but Highsmith there to wrap him up right away. 3rd down. Timeout Browns. They'll have 1 left as Pittsburgh does as well. 39 seconds. 3rd down coming up. I mean, they might get the ball back with like 10 seconds or so. 15 seconds maybe. If they can, force a field goal here. I don't know if they do anything, though, because you don't want to do anything stupid. But then if you get a field goal of your own, score early 3rd quarter, tied at 10, or, a couple scores real quick, one way or another, whatever the combination is, however you want to mix it up. They did luck out on that play because he doesn't throw that screen. He goes deep. They're beat and they score. And in the meantime, Browns get another 1st down. Clock's going to run, though. 1st down. Stayed in bounds, 30 seconds. Browns just called their 3rd and final timeout, though, on 3 straight plays. So they'll reset the clock to 32 seconds. Just keep them out of the end zone and tackle them in bounds. Let this clock run. They can't stop it unless they get out of bounds or spike it. And then they might have to run the field goal unit on. So, yeah, keep them out of the end zone. Tackle them in bounds. First and 10 Browns from the 16-yard line, 16.5, 17-yard line. And complete down inside the 10, 1st and goal. But, yeah, they have no timeouts. They got to go. 22 seconds and counting. They're going to spike it. Yep. 16 seconds. They got a 2nd and goal. So they got 2 plays. 3 if they'd want to go for it on 4th and goal. But they got to get the hell out of bounds. They can't be tackled inbounds or else the clock's going to run out on them. And they better have their field goal unit ready to run on if they can't get on to spike it again. But Pittsburgh, keep them out of the end zone and tackle their ass in bounds. So Cleveland's 2nd and goal from the 6. DTR in the end zone, incomplete. Tennifer and Njoku. 3rd and goal with 13 seconds. Yeah, good coverage. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to want to flag on that, but they're not going to get it. Now it's a push off, and then yeah, that's a good no call. 3rd and goal, empty set for the Browns. Keep them out of the end zone. Watch a draw. Pass incomplete. Joey Porter on the coverage. So Cleveland gonna have to settle for field goal here on 4th and goal with 9 seconds. Yeah, Cleveland's gonna want back-to-back penalties, but they're not gonna get it because the refs are letting them play, and rightfully so, as they should. Yep. Both those are good no calls. They are. I mean, I'm not surprised they didn't throw the flag, but 25-yard field goal. 10.5, kicks up and good. Still got 5 seconds. So Browns lead the Steelers now 10-3. Pittsburgh, yeah, they won't do anything before halftime unless they get a decent return, which 5 seconds going to run out, so the offense won't even get a chance if you get a good return unless you return for a touchdown. So they'll take a knee probably, go into halftime down 10. But yeah, the Steelers will get the ball back to begin the second half. So they're going to have to get rolling unless this game is going to get out of hand for them. Yeah, just pathetic. They think they can be playing like this, and it's good enough, because it's not. I mean, Cleveland ain't playing that great either, but they're playing better than Pittsburgh is, because they're able to move the ball. Pittsburgh's got to get some momentum going. They got to get some consistency. Do one good thing, and then all these bad things, and then now they've given up 10 points as well. So Browns on the kickoff. And we'll have a touchback. Well, a fair catch to the 4 inside the 5. Yep. Thank you, Iron Eagle, Charles Davis, Evan Washburn on the call for CBS again today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, going Luke 96. But Pittsburgh 1st and 10 with a timeout. They're not going to call that 3rd and final one, even though they called 2 in the first quarter when they didn't, really need to. Even though they, decided to with what was going on. And they'll just take a knee, going to halftime down 10. 10-0 Browns leading the Steelers at halftime. Kenny Pickett's 5 of 8 for 34 yards passing. Najee Harris has 23 yards rushing on 5 carries. Jalen Warren 3 of 19. Pickett 3 of 8, even though he's been sacked twice for a total of 19 yards. George Pickens has 2 catches, 20 yards receiving for the black and gold. Darnell Washington 1 of 8, but then was short of the first down. Allen Robinson 1 of 6, but then also the same thing, was also short of the first down. Atlanta Roberts leading the team in total tackles with 7. They haven't forced any pressure on Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR, rookie out of UCLA for the Browns, and for Deshaun Watson today because of an injury. So no tackles for loss. No sacks, or tackles for loss. And hell, the offense hasn't even gotten Boswell and field goal range, for God's sakes. Furthest they've gotten downfield is just about 48-yard line out past midfield. That's it. Every fucking drive, they've punted. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, 13 of 19, 98 yards. Of course, they've punted every drive as well, other than when they scored, just kicked the field goal before halftime. Because they've been able to move the ball pretty consistently. Pittsburgh, not so much. Jerome Ford has the touchdown on 10 carries, 35 yards rushing. DTR 2 of 11. Kareem Hunt 4 of 10. And Njoku has grilled his way for 4 catches and 34 yards receiving. Cooper 3 of 26. Elijah Moore, the same stat line. And then that field goal was good from 25 yards out. So now some total team stats. As once again, this is the only game we are watching because there's no 1 o'clock game on for myself on Fox today. So only Steelers-Browns on CBS. We'll get some other stats and scores, though. Hold up in a minute. 4 first downs to the Browns 13. They can't convert on third down. That's nothing new. 1 of 5. Cleveland's at least 50%, 4 of 8. 15 more total plays, along with having the ball for a good 5 more minutes. No penalties for Cleveland. They're playing smart. Pittsburgh, 3 for 16. Pittsburgh hasn't done a damn thing today. Seriously. And it started with the slow start, you know. You go from giving up some yardage to Cleveland before forcing a punt, but then you had the ball 1st and 10 at like the 8-yard line or so. Kenny Pickett was sacked. It looked like a safety. Cleveland didn't challenge it. If they would have, they probably would have won it. It would have been 2-0, but it was 0-0. Their next play, handoff, no gain on the play. Probably should have been another safety. Cleveland still didn't challenge it. Could have another 2 points. Still would have only been 2 total points. It would have been 4, because in the meantime, they would have had to have, punted Pittsburgh, that is, with a free kick. Cleveland would have got the ball back. And then it would have, if they would have drove and scored, okay, they were saying, kick the extra point, go for 2. It could have been 9-10-0 a while ago, for all we know. They kicked the field goal there. I mean, it really could be 13-0 Browns at halftime, but it's 10-0. Pittsburgh needs to wake the fuck up, though, no doubt about it. But, they punted then. Cleveland drove, short field from the 50-yard line, scored a touchdown, 7-0. Whether it's a touchdown or not, as I said, it wasn't, but then they challenged it and got overturned, so touchdown. We were deadlocked at 7-0 for a while. Pittsburgh's had their opportunities. They've had their chances, but they cannot do a damn thing to save their life, okay? It's ridiculous. But this is the typical, normal start for Pittsburgh. The past few weeks, they've started fast. They've scored first, and they've held on, rather than how it, normally is. And voila, back to, where we started from, how they normally play. Here today with a slow start. Normally, okay, they do something right before halftime. Nothing, though. And then they're still down, and then they're playing catch-up from behind the rest of the way. So that's how it's going to be, and as they'll get the ball back to begin the second half. But, they've had their chances. Once again, they've punted every fucking drive. The furthest they've moved the ball downfield is to the Brown 48-yard line. Very next play, Kenny Pickett was sacked, so they had to punt again. What's new? They, once again, are what? Only have 4 first downs and are 1 of 5 on third down. They got to convert. They got to execute. And it starts up front with a running game. They've seemingly been able to run the football at times. It's overall, though, got to be more consistent. They can't do one good thing and then, backtrack and do a couple bad things in a row and expect to, still be downfield scoring. It doesn't work like that. You got to put it all together. You got to build. You got to be consistent. They're not balanced. They're not even keeping it, simple for the offense. Even though they sort of have a running game, they got to be more consistent. Pickett's got to make some plays. Where the fuck is Deontay Johnson? Where the fuck is George Pickens? Where the fuck is Allen Robinson? Pat Fryermuth's back. Okay? They haven't even targeted him once, for God's sakes. Even when he was healthy earlier in the season, let alone out with injuries. They still weren't getting the tight ends the ball. Like, Njoku's leading Cleveland in receiving right now, for God's sakes. He's their starting tight end. They're seemingly playing okay, It's like, yeah, take what the defense gives you. They're beating themselves more than they are, getting beat by the Browns. They need this defense to step the fuck up. That they need to make more than a few stops. They need to get a turnover or two. They can't do anything stupid themselves with turning the ball over. But they got to try to find a way to get in control of this game with them to come back and win it. So we'll see what happens. But just frustrating once again. But this is nothing new. This is just who they are. Good or bad, this is who they are. It's no surprise. And even with them playing up, against a backup quarterback, and whether they have a good record against rookie quarterbacks, let alone backup quarterbacks, throughout history, you still got to fucking stop them. It's not a given that you're going to win, as everybody thought it was going to be coming in. I tried to state that at the start. Of course, nobody wants to hear it, but you still got to stop them, and you still got to execute yourself. Because have you seen the Steeler offense, for God's sakes? They rely on this defense way too damn much, and then they can't even get the stops they need, Even though they have it, because they still given up 10 points. But it still is a low-scoring defensive showdown, and it's still early. We're at halftime. There's still a lot of football to be played. So, as hindsight's, 2020, get a 50-50, chance to win this game. So you're telling me there's still a chance? Yes. They just got to execute. They're 6-3. Once again, their 6 wins are all by 1 score. The 3 losses, 2 of them blowouts, but all 3 by 10 points or more. They are down 10 at halftime. They got to find some momentum. Got to get some rhythm built up. They got to execute. They got to get a spark somehow. I don't care if that's a big offensive play, a big defensive stop. They can't do one good thing and then, nothing. They just got to put it all together, They got to get clicking on all cylinders. So there's not really much else to be said other than they need to wake the hell up, get their head out of their ass, and play Pittsburgh Steelers football. And just find a way to get yourself back into this game, let alone find a way to win it. Just win, baby, when the game's on the line. Because if it's a 1-score game, it's theirs to lose. Because they have won every 1-score game they've been in this season. Just starts up front, continue to run the ball. Pickett's going to have to make some plays. He's got to get the ball to DJ. Pickens, A-Rob, Freiermuth. Run the hot hand, whether it's Najee or the pit bull, the bowling ball, the bulldozer that he is in Jaylen Warren, the spin master himself. Just keep this defense off balance. They're beating themselves. They are. So you're not going to win if you do that. They got to figure something out. That's my input. So we'll see. We shall see what happens. It's frustrating as all hell. But those are your first half stats for this game. Some other scores around the league. After Baltimore beat Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football, 34-20. Here are 10-0 Cleveland leading Pittsburgh. The Lions are leading the Bears at halftime. OMI 14-10. A 10-10 game at half as well with the Chargers and Packers. Dolphins up by a point, 14-13 on the Silver and Black Raiders at halftime. Every 1 o'clock game, I might add, is at halftime right now. 14-9 Big Blue New York Football Giants on top of the Redskins. or if you want to call them a football team, or Washington Commanders, or whatever you want to say. There it is. 17-3 as well. Dallas on top of Carolina. Titans getting shut out at Jacksonville, 13-0. And then the Texans are leading the Cardinals 21-10. Still to come, we've got the Bucks and 49ers and the Jets and Bills, along with the Seahawks and Rams, all at 4 o'clock. Sunday Night Football is Vikings Broncos, and tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, we have ourselves a Super Bowl rematch from this past year with the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. Teams that are on a bye this week are the Atlanta Falcons, Indianapolis Colts, New England Patriots, and New Orleans Saints. Next week in the NFL, as Pittsburgh will be at Cincinnati next Sunday at 1 o'clock. Browns will be in Denver taking on the Broncos. We got, with Thanksgiving on Thursday, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Of course, more than just the one Thursday night football game, because as always, the Lions and Cowboys are always at home on Thanksgiving Day. Lions hosting the Packers at lunchtime, and then at supper time, the Cowboys will be hosting, the Washington Redskins football team Commanders, whatever they want to call them. And then Thursday night football is 49ers Seahawks, which should be a damn good game. All those games should be pretty good on Thursday, I would think. And then the NFL has its first ever Black Friday game on Amazon Prime, Friday afternoon. Dolphins, Jets. Next Sunday will be Saints, Falcons, Steelers, Bengals, Panthers, Titans, Bucks, Colts, Patriots, Giants, Jaguars, Texans, Browns, Broncos, Rams, Cardinals, Chiefs, Raiders, Buffalo and Philadelphia, along with Baltimore and the LA Chargers. Monday Night Football is Bears, Vikings, as nobody will be on a bye week next week. So that's where we stand. As Cleveland Browns are on kickoff, begin the second half. Pittsburgh back deep to receive. Down 10-0. And once again, as always, thanks for tuning in and listening. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Colin Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share, hashtag NFL, hashtag Steelers, hashtag Browns. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. This video is powered by Real Good Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Dead and Hungry. And away we go in the second half. And we'll have ourselves a touchback. So first 10 Steelers on the 25-yard line. Run the damn ball. Go start somewhere. So starts up front. Pickett's going to have to make some plays. They got to get the ball to their playmakers. Just pathetic. They can't move the fucking football. And the defense, they're making stops, but they're not making enough stops. So let's see what they got. First and 10 from the 25. Handoff Najee Harris. He'll get a yard. Second down and 9. Come on, guys. I mean, wake the hell up. Austin in motion. Got trips in a bunch now top of your screen. In motion again near side. They're going to toss to Warren. And he hits the hole off to the races as he goes. Jalen Warren out past midfield, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen fucking Warren. Boom. There's your play. 74 yards, 50 seconds into the half, and they're right back in it. And a little eye candy on the motion, and they run a simple toss. And a good block, and he hit the hole, and boom, he went down the far sideline. Pittsburgh knew it was a fucking touchdown midfield. And he was used to wearing Brown colors in college at Oklahoma State. Extra point up and good by Boswell. 10-7. Defense needs to stop. Defense needs to stop. But now he's a member of the black and gold, undrafted rookie free agent in his second year. And, I mean, keep giving him the ball. He is special. He is fun to watch. The Pitbull scores in the dog pound. He just bulldozed his way forward and continued to roll on down the lanes like the bowling ball he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown Pittsburgh, extra points up and good. So 10-7 now. Field goal before halftime is the difference. The field goal before halftime right now is the difference in this game. As officially, that went for 74 yards. It was a two-play, 74-yard, 50-second touchdown drive. He has 4 carries for 93 yards rushing and a touchdown. He's going to look to go back-to-back on 100-yard days, as he had his first 100-yard game last week in his young NFL career. I've been saying he deserves more playing time, you know, and slowly but surely he's been getting it. And leading into today's game, he was actually named the starting running back over Najee Harris, who Pittsburgh drafted in the first round of Alabama a couple years ago. So it just shows you, first round undrafted rookie free agent, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. The better player is going to play. Plain and simple, end of story. You know, whatever gives them the edge, whatever gives them the best chance to execute the plays they're running, to score points, to win the game, they're going to do it. The standard is the standard. And they still got a good 1-2 punch when it's working right with Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. But now more so than not, it's Jalen Warren and Najee Harris on the totem pole for your pecking order. It is. He is something else. He is. Keep fucking giving it to him. I mean, that's just a simple run, you know, and a toss. But it starts up front. Good blocking. Luckily, they didn't get a penalty, you know, on a hold or something that would have got it called back. And then, okay, nothing out of it. But that last play was more yardage than they had total yards the whole entire first half, for God's sakes. It's what you keep running, eventually you're going to break one. That was just a simple toss, though, and off to the races he went. He was faster than everybody chasing him. So, I didn't know, you know, bulldozers could, you know, go as fast as he just did on that play, but he scored. That's what matters. He's fun to watch. He is. He honestly might be the fucking, like, offensive MVP for the Steelers this season, with TJ Watt and company on defense. And now this defense needs to stop. It's pressure into a turnover, I'm telling you. Stop the fucking run. Make him throw. Hand off. They stuff him. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Just make a stop or two. Offense, you know, more momentum. Still got to be, you know, consistent. Yeah, he's been a solid find for Pittsburgh for sure. Iron sharpens iron in the Steel City. Pittsburgh has the ball, but he was down anyway, even though he dropped the ball, so it's incomplete. 3rd and 10, but he's a gem. He is. He's a gem. 3rd and 10. Come on, defense. Can you get off the field? And And they almost sack him. DTR going to run. And they do wrap him up a yard short. It'll be 4th and inches. Yep. Couple injured Steelers, though, as they ran into each other on the tackle. Hopefully they're okay. Cam Hayward a little slow to get up. But, yeah, as I was saying, can they get off the field defensively? Because they're putting more pressure on themselves than they are in Cleveland, you know. But then a big play like that, it changes everything. It changes, you know, the momentum of the game. And, yeah, that's just a football play. You know, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get the wind knocked out of you a little bit. 4th and a yard, and they run a toss themselves and get a first down. As okay, I was gonna say I didn't think quarterback took the snap there. He didn't. It was somebody else, and then they tossed it to Hunt for a first down. So they go for it, get the first down. Steeler defense still out there, so they're getting worn out as they have been all game, but they're just going to make some stops. I mean, they've made, you know, fair share of them, but they've also given up 10 points. You know, because once again, that field goal right before halftime is now the difference in this game, folks. I mean, that was a big drive, unless we'd be tied at 7. Handoff, about a yard or so. No, but they need a turnover. We have yet to have a turnover in this game. They need a turnover defensively. They do. And then can they capitalize off of it? So 2nd and 8. Watt off the edge. Pass complete. First down, Browns again, it looks like. So, yeah, they got to get to him. They're getting close, but still no cigar. They got to. And you got to give him credit. He's getting the ball out, and they're playing good defensively as well. But they got to get a stop or two, because that touchdown can't be the one good thing they've done and then nothing, because they're still down. Handoff again for about 2 up the middle, 2nd down. So 10-20 and counting to play in this 3rd quarter. Come on, defense. What do you got? Let's go. And DTR looking to throw. Pass incomplete near side. 3rd down. And another update. A lot of close games today. Even though, yeah, this highlight, as Pittsburgh and Tennessee were the only 2 teams getting shut out, Tennessee is still getting shut out on the road. 3rd and 8 from midfield. DTR pass almost picked off. Thompson. TT. Trenton Thompson. Played a little bit last week once again, but as they're banged up all over the place, especially on defense, and Minka's still out, along with Cal O'Neal now as well. Thompson's getting the start today. And he's played well, he has. From midfield, Cleveland will punt, so Pittsburgh's now got momentum back on their side. Only down 3, 10-7. 9:45 to play in the 3rd. Nothing stupid, okay? Continue to run the football. Kenny Pickett's going to have to make some plays. Fair catch signal for the 13-yard line. Be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh from there when we come back from break. So keep it balanced. Keep it consistent. Keep it simple. Okay? Run the damn ball. Work some play action. Get Get these tight ends involved. Work the middle of the field. And as soon as you do, then the sidelines are going to be open. Go deep. And vice versa. So they got to continue to build off of what they just did. And as their second half team, here we go. It's not over until it's over, and it's still seemingly, going to come down to the wire. It's just, once again, who they are. That is just the slogan, the motto of the team. It is. With the slow starts to coming back, let alone getting out to the lead and holding on. And defense with a running game. That's just Pittsburgh Steelers football in a nutshell for it. It is. So we'll see what happens. As always, thanks for tuning in. Back to the action shortly. So I'll take a break and shut the hell up for the first time today. About 2 hours or so in. As we're early second half now, and what defense truly is going to bend but doesn't break, because Pittsburgh with one big play and a touchdown offensively when they haven't done anything else other than the punt all game, and then Cleveland, they've drove how many times and scored a total of 10 points. So from explosive plays to a lot of plays. Both teams have, scored a touchdown, but the field goal before halftime is the difference. So, yeah. We'll see if this offense can do what they just did a little bit ago and score a touchdown. Whether that's another explosive play, whether that's get a drive going themselves like Cleveland has and scored the 10 total points they have, or what, because we've seen a little bit of everything today. Still no turnovers, so knock on wood, don't be doing anything stupid now. Don't start shooting yourselves in the foot. 1st and 10 Pittsburgh from the 13. Kenny pick it out of the gun looking to throw, and it'll be complete. Pat Freiermuth at tight end back for the first time since October the 1st as he went down at Houston. And then was put on IR. Has since returned as they activated him for the 21-day window this past week. And after that, you have 3 weeks to return to gameplay. And it was short and sweet this weekend. So 2nd and 4 from the 19. Fake the end around. And they'll hand off for no gain on the play. So 3rd and 4. I'm telling you, run Jalen Warren, not Najee Harris. They're going to go hurry up, 3rd and 4. A long 4. 3rd and 5. Pickett looking to throw. Dump off Najee on a screen. And about a half yard or so. 4th down, so they'll punt. Back to basics. So Harvin on the punt. And from the 32 on the return, the Browns will be wrapped up after a couple yard gain. 1st down for them from there. They'll say it looks like we'll stick with it, but they'll go to commercial break. 7:52 to play in the half now. It is 10-7 still. So this defense is going to need to stop. It might be coming down to not necessarily who has the ball last, but who can make a stop when they need to. Who can, defensively not break. Who can stop their opponent. whether it's the run game, the pass game, so on and so forth. Yeah, just we'll see. But yeah, back to basics there for Pittsburgh. 3 and out and a punt. Just pathetic. They have no consistency at all. It's ridiculous. It's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Because here we go again. Okay, 3 and out and a punt. But one good thing and then back to nothing. Just as they would have, whether they would have scored or not, a couple good plays, if that, but then just, all right, we're going to have to punt anyway. You might as well just fucking punt on first down. Seriously. You might as well punt on first down from here on out. So yeah, I'll leave it with that. There's not much else to be said. I've said my piece at this point, but thanks once again for tuning in, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below.
It's a good day to start something new. To brush make ready in 5 easy minutes. To put yourself out there and always put your best face forward. Just prevent mustache and beard. Looking for something fun? Tim Donovan, longtime voice of the Browns, he's back in the broadcast booth after receiving treatment for leukemia. He's a Cleveland legend, a staple in this community, and just one of the nicest human beings you will ever meet. So thrilled to see him right here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Love to meet you. Yes, and to be able to hear today, didn't it? It did. Pregame.
1st and 10 for the Browns. Incomplete. 2nd down. Got to get pressure. And pass caught, but brought down right away. That is Patrick Peterson. Yep. And I believe Sullivan, if I'm not mistaken, on the tackle. Five. Yeah, got to get off the field. Pass incomplete. Good coverage. 4th down. Cleveland's going to punt again. So back and forth we go with the punts. And it's time for this offense to get rolling again. Touchback on the punt. 1st and 10, Steelers at the 20, where he was going to fair catch that anyway. So, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh at the 20-yard line when they come back. So we've really slowed down now. It's truly now, okay, what offense is going to make a play or two? Or because we're going to be deadlocked, if not, at 10-7, and then the difference still is the field goal before halftime. Like Pittsburgh, they need to at least drive and kick the field goal of their own to tie this game up. If not, drive and score another touchdown. which they didn't even really drive when they scored. It was a fucking 75-yard touchdown run. I mean, points are points, though. You know, it doesn't fucking matter how you got them. Points are points. But I'd like for them to work some fucking clock, drive, and, you know, tie this game up if they have to, if it comes down to it. But, you know, score again, you know, take a lead, and then as this defense continue to get stops, continue to get more stops. And just find a way to win this game. I mean, it's a one-score game. It is for the taking. Are you going to grab the bull by the horns or not? You know, once again, they're 6-3. All 6 wins by 1 score. So the one-score game this is their type of game, and it is theirs to lose. Truly, even though they've been beating themselves, they need to find a way to beat the Browns. So we'll see what the offense got. 1st and 10 from the 20 when we come back. I mean, they haven't gone deep yet. They haven't. So I'd watch out for that. Whether it's Deontay Johnson, whether it's George Pickens, whether it's Allen Robinson, whether it's Calvin Austin III. Let alone Pat Fryermuth deep down the middle of the field. I mean, they went to him on a tight end screen there, and then he was short, and then they had to punt anyway. But yeah, it's just happened to everybody today. It felt like, you know, 3rd down, and you know they passed, but it's short of the line of gain and have to punt. So, yeah, Steeler Nation all over the world, of course, including in Ireland because that's where the Roonies are from. So, pop a top while you're at it, and let's see if the black and gold can find a way to come back and win this game. Pass incomplete, far side, intended for Deontay Johnson, let alone all the Irish and Italians and, you know, whatever's in your blood from where you've come from in the Steel City. You know, here we go, Steelers. Right through his fucking hands, and then he got hit anyway, so it was incomplete. But 2nd and 10. They're on the damn ball. They'll fake it with Jalen Warren. Pickett going to roll out, run a screen with him. All right. And he gets about 8 yards, 3rd and short coming up. Flag on the play, they said? Yeah. We'll see what it is. Maybe a hold. As the Zebras huddle up, we'll see what dirty laundry is on the field. Two fouls, both by Pittsburgh. Of course they are. Legal man downfield, that's going to be declined. What's going to be accepted? Pass interference because it's a 15-yard penalty and they'll back him up. Jesus Christ. That's more of a hold than it is a PI, but now 2nd and 20. Back at the 10. Yeah, they'll run Warren. And he gets most of those penalty yards back, so what, 3rd and 12? Yeah. We'll see if they can get a first down here or not. Pickett going to throw down the middle. Caught. Right the marker. Allen Robinson making some plays today. It's all going to depend on the spot. And they say first down Steelers. They'll move the sticks. And now you're going to have to measure. They say first down and they move the ball back. So now it's 4th and inches. Can he at least fucking measure it? Can he at least measure? And we got a timeout on the field. It's 4th and a yard. Steelers with a timeout because the refs don't know how to fucking officiate a game. You got to call an official timeout. You got to fucking measure that if it's that close. You can't just continue to let the fucking play clock run, and then the team's fucking fucked, you know, because then they got to burn a timeout because the play clock's winding down. That's exactly what just happened. So Pittsburgh's burning timeouts for no reason today, and now we'll have to see if it comes back to bite them in the ass. They'll have 2 left the rest of the way, 5:23 to play in the third. 4th and a yard, they say, and they won't even measure. And Steelers are going to line up to go for it. And the timeout before going for it hurts a little bit more because if, you know, you try to draw them off and you can't, let's just take a delay of game, you still punt, you can call a timeout and then, you know, punt. But they'll sneak it, pick it. No, he didn't get it. Now it's going to depend on the spot. That spot's a good spot. I'll take it. Yeah. Forward progress. They give him a first down. That's sort of a makeup call right there. That is. Because it was a first down for 1 on the previous play. And then they mark him short. Pittsburgh goes for it on 4th down. And then seemingly don't get it, but then they get the first down. These refs fucking suck. And now Kenny Pickett's hurt. Took a big blow on a quarterback sneak. They're on a sneak, but they ran Robinson in motion, and then they had him push. And then they got the first down, but now Pickett's really just wind knocked out of him, I would think. Slow to get up, catching his breath. They're on the damn ball, though, with Mitch. If Trubisky's coming in, run the football. Nothing stupid. They haven't turned the ball over yet. Trubisky's known to throw like 10 interceptions a game. You know, don't do anything damn stupid now. Run the damn ball. Of course, if it comes down to it and you got to go to Mason Rudolph, they can because he's the emergency third-string quarterback. So it'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh as Pickett will come off. He's holding his left eye. Maybe he got poked in the eye or something. He can't see. So, yeah, they'll have Trubisky go in. They're just going to run the ball here probably. 1st and 10. And as he's from Northeast Ohio, right outside of Cleveland, out he trots into the Steeler huddle. They put some eye drops in Pickett's eye. Yeah, he obviously got his eye poked. Couldn't see. And so hopefully he'll be able to see when he goes back in and not do anything stupid. So Trubisky's in for this play, and Pickett will come back out another play. Pickett has to come out because he was hurt. So it's at least one play. Trubisky's in. They'll run the ball here with Najee Harris. Nothing stupid. Do not turn the ball over. And now the Browns are going to challenge the spot of the ball. And remember, they challenged earlier, won their challenge. So they get to keep it, so they still have 2. But yeah, they're going to challenge the spot of the ball on whether or not he got the first down or not. And, well, he reached. He's right there, yeah. He's not back there. He's right there. That's clearly a first down. Because at first he didn't get it, but then he did as the pile kept pushing and he scooted through. That's a first down, Pittsburgh. And it's a first down on the field, so they have to find this bit of them to return it. That should stand. It should be a first down for Pittsburgh. It should. Oh, he got kicked in the eye with a cleat, not poked. He got kicked in the eye. Because they didn't blow it dead until right there. It's a first down, and Pickens is staring down the ref. The ball is right there, 3 yards past the first down. Yeah, that's a first down. If they overturn this, just like they overturned the fucking Browns touchdown from earlier, I mean, give me a break. You can clearly tell then at that point, you know, who they want to have win this game. Yeah, right there. Knee's not down. That's a first down. That's a first down, Pittsburgh. And I'd be surprised otherwise because the call on the field is a first down. Have finest bit of insert return. It should be enough to, you know, stands be confirmed on the field. Stands is it's stands. Whether with a fist, you know, and, you know, Tatanka, some dancing with wolves for you, or not. The stands is called, yeah. Cleveland charged a timeout. They're down a challenge, so both teams have 2 timeouts the rest of the way. So yeah, their reviews today have been all out of whack, to say the least. But stands is it stands as it was on the field. Like there's not enough to overturn it. Confirmed, it's clear cut. Confirmed, it's yeah, what it is. And yeah, now Cleveland, since they, you know, challenged again, they don't have any rest of the way. And because of that, Pickett doesn't even have to leave for a play because they didn't snap it. Cleveland challenged, there's a timeout by them, and Pickett can go back out, so we don't even get to see Mitch Trubisky, and Pickett's back out there. 1st and 10. Run the offense. Let's go. Run the damn ball. And they will. Najee Harris can be wrapped up the tackle for loss in about 3. So, 2nd and long. But what a crazy game this has been to this point. What a crazy game. So from the 27, 2nd and 13 now. Pickett looking to throw. And pass incomplete, out of bounds. Nobody's there. I'm not going to be surprised they say intentional grounding on that, even though he threw it downfield. That's just how they fucking call it nowadays. They say no intentional grounding. All right. 3rd down. See, intentional grounding is when you don't get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. There's nobody in the area. Yet nowadays they call intentional grounding even if you throw it fucking 50 yards downfield and there's nobody there, which is stupid. But 3rd and 13 after the incompletion, Cleveland's bringing pressure and then dump off on the screen, incomplete. 4th down, they'll punt. So after all of that, the Browns are still getting the ball back anyway. Still at 10-7 with 4:16 to play in the 3rd quarter. So, defense going to need a stop. Need a turnover. From the 31 on the return. Tackle him. Out past midfield he goes. 1st and 10, Cleveland. Yeah, so a fucking net of 10. Jesus Christ. So yeah, defense needs another stop here, man. Defense needs another stop. It'll be 1st and 10, Brownies. Come on, defense. What do you got? What do you got?
Special teams coach other than Troy. Just saw his return unit take it to the 40.
Motion man. As they'll fake the run. TJ Watt got to him, but he got rid of it again. Incomplete. So 2nd and 10. I think one of these times, rather than wrap him up, because he's getting the ball out quick, just put your fucking arms up and, you know, try to bat it down, let alone, you know, maybe get a pick. So 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, they'll hand off. Hunt brought down by Roberts. Yep, Landon Roberts, former Dolphin, on the tackle. 3rd and 10. Let's see what Cleveland does now. Don't give up 11 yards. Do not give up 11 yards. Empty set. DTR looking to throw. Pressure. They get to him, but he gets rid of it. It's caught for 2 yards, but then Thompson's right there to bring his ass down. Flag on the play. It'll be 4th down Cleveland in the meantime, but a penalty on the field. Personal foul, roughing the pass. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You're fucking... Come on. That's football. You can't even fucking touch anybody anymore in football without getting a penalty called against you. You gotta be kidding me. So, automatic 1st down. So the defense can't get off the field. Yeah, look at that. Does Cleveland have any penalties called against them today? No. Pittsburgh has every fucking single one. Cam Hayward, Highsmith wrap him up in the backfield on a tackle for loss, 2nd and long. I mean, just adds more fuel to the fire. The defense needs to stop. You know, they're playing pissed off. And you don't want to fucking mess with them. Come on, defense. Thompson's screen caught, but another tackle for loss. Landon Roberts wraps him up. So 3rd and even longer now. Nothing stupid. Nothing stupid. Just make a stop and get the hell off the field. As we near the end of the 3rd quarter, 3rd and 15 coming up for the Browns. I mean, they could end up kicking a field goal here if they get some yardage. DTR's slant, incomplete, and then picked off by the Steelers. There's your turnover. Yeah, Chandon Sullivan with the INT. Off of the deflection, Steelers ball, 1st and 10. They got to capitalize off of this. They got to capitalize and score some points off of it. I don't care if it's a field goal to tie it at 10, go into the 4th quarter to win it then, or, you know, score a touchdown, take a lead, and hold it. And then get more stops defensively. You got to score off of this turnover. Yep. That's the Steelers' 19th takeaway of the season, which is most in the NFL. Plus 11 in the turnover margin. Because they've, of course, turned it over 8 times themselves. Pickett rolls out on 1st and 10. Ball's batted down. Run the goddamn ball for once. Jesus Christ. So 2nd and 10. Robinson in motion. They'll run Naj and Rocket for 2 in the Rock and Roll City in Cleveland, Ohio. 3rd and 8 coming up. They got to capitalize off this turnover. Because it doesn't mean shit if they get the turnover and then can't do anything with it. Because the offense can't go more than 2 yards on 2 plays. 3rd and 8 coming up. Let's go. Pickett looking to throw. Far side, incomplete. Miscommunication with him and Deontay Johnson. He wanted him on a comeback, and he ran it go. Yeah, 4th down, they'll punt. So they can't even get anything off the turnover. Relying on this defense again, way too damn much. Son of a bitch.
And then here comes the extra pressure on him. Jim Schwartz throws the extra people, and now everything's out of sync. I think Jimmy Pickett expected the receiver to work on the left.
So they'll punt. And he shanked it. It went out of bounds somewhere, and we'll see where they spot it. And it'll be 1st and 10 Browns at the Steeler 45-yard line. About 20-yard, 25-yard punt or so. Good God. And there's Danny Smith, the Steelers' special teams coordinator. He tore his rotator cuff in a couple different spots after getting leveled at the end of the game when that hit out of bounds against Green Bay. As, of course, Mike Tomlin as the head coach, Matt Cannon as the offense coordinator, Terrell Austin's DC, and then Danny Smith is the special teams coordinator. Cleveland will run it. T.J. Watt chasing him down, wraps him up for a 4-yard tackle for loss, 2nd down and long for Cleveland. Got one more play here in the 3rd quarter. It's 10-7 Browns. Come on, defense. Get another stop here. And DTR looking to throw again. Incomplete. With 1 second to play in the 3rd. So they will have to snap it on 3rd and 13 in the 3rd quarter now. Up 10-7. So we got a 1 second down coming up on 3rd and 13 in the 3rd. Empty set. DTR looking to throw. Dump off. It's incomplete. So that'll be 4th and 13 to begin the 4th. As this Steeler defense is starting to crack down now. So the Browns will punt to begin the 4th quarter, and the Steelers getting the ball back down 3, 10-7. As it was 10-0 at halftime. Browns getting shut out in that 3rd quarter. Steelers with a 75-yard rushing touchdown. Field goal is the difference right before halftime. And officially, we've had a ton of punts. Like literally a ton of punts. So at the end of the 4th, with 15 to go, The Browns are leading the Steelers 10-7. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back with some more chances to try to go win this game. Another one-score ball game. All 6 wins have been by one score. All 6 wins have been come from behind wins as well. So just figure out a way, find a way to win this game. It is once again there for the taking. So we'll see what it gives. We'll see what happens. 10-7 in the fourth quarter coming up. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Like, subscription below. Thumbs up button. Share, chat questions and comments. Super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. This video is powered by Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Dead and Hungry. First off, with Rogue Energy, be sure to get your favorite energy and hydration flavors in can or tub form, shakers, and Rogue Energy merch at the link in the description below. Be sure to use code LUKE, that's LUKE123, for 10% off. HopeKThrifts secondhand resale shop that focuses on staying in the environment in a cheap and fashionable way, as most items are $20 or less and include brands like American Eagle, Converse, Free People, and Shein, among others. HopeKThrifts found on Depop, Instagram, Mercari, and Poshmark at, you guessed it, HopeKThrifts. It's HopeKThrifts. So be sure to use the message seller code CHEAPTHRIFTS, CHEAPTHRIFTS, CHEAPTHRIFTS for 10% off. Link also in the description below. However, in the meantime, for the whole entire month of November, HopeKThrifts running a 50% off Black Friday sale. So link in the description below once again. And then Dead and Hungry, a novel written by Nathan D. Mitchell, found on Amazon for your Kindle for $4.99, the paperback edition, about $15. If you go read the description, as I would say, if it doesn't interest you, well, you might as well do what the title says. Makes a perfect Christmas gift. Be sure to go check it out as well. As I normally would read the description, but we're back to the action beginning in this fourth quarter of play. Steelers on the punt return from inside the 20-yard line, 25 to the 27, 1st and 10. Down 3, 10-7, 14:50 to play. Both teams have 2 timeouts and 2-minute warning. So Steelers got to get rolling. Got to drive and score here. Find a way to win this game. Run the damn ball. Kenny Pickett's got to make some plays. Get Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Allen Robinson, Calvin Austin, along with Pat Freiermuth, Connor Hayward, Darnell Washington. Somebody get open and get on the ball. Okay? So 1st and 10. Austin in motion. They'll run a toss with Warren again near side. That was the same play he scored on, but Cleveland wraps him up in the backfield for a tackle for loss. 2nd and long. And more updates from around the NFL. Check out some scores in a bit. But 2nd and 13 now from the 25. Come on, guys. Pickett, far side, incomplete. Well, yeah, they say incomplete. Pickens caught it, but was he out of bounds before he came back inbounds and then reestablished himself? Let alone did he catch it inbounds at 2 feet, or did he catch it out of bounds? I'd like to see a replay of that. They say incomplete to the 3rd and 13. Here's a replay. So, empty set, 3rd and long. Run a screen with Jalen Warren, and he's going to get a Steeler 1st down. They needed 13, he got 14. Move the sticks. That's ballsy, to run a fucking screen on 3rd and 13. You know, down inside your own fucking 20-yard line. Especially when you're down. I get it, you know, all right. It's something to just work in space and, you know, get some yardage. If you punt, you punt. They got the 1st down, though. But 1st and 10 from the 39. Pickett, bubble screen, complete far side. And Deontay Johnson with his first reception of the afternoon for 3 yards, second down. Keep it going. Keep it going. So they'll fake the run, pass complete near side, Allen Robinson. That Pitt to Penn State connection. Would like the other one to be executed as well down the middle of the field with Freiermuth as well. But third down coming up for Pittsburgh, about 3rd and 5. Can you convert? Come on, let's go. 3rd and 4 officially, they say. 3rd and 4. Pickett gets hit as he throws, but it's caught. Deontay Johnson, first down, Steelers. Now they're getting involved. So they're going to keep inching closer. Get the run game mixed in as well. Where's the roughing the passer on that? You know, you went for roughing the passer the other way. Where's it on there? But they'll start covering DJ some more. It's going to open up something else for somebody else to get open. They'll run Naj for a couple yards up the middle, about 2, maybe 3 if he's lucky. Second down. So keep it going. Yeah, work some clock here. Probably not too much, but yeah, you want to work some clock if you can. If you use too much, they get the ball back, drive, they might score and win. At least you give yourself some time, you know, potentially get the ball back to do something again yourself. But telling you, middle of the field, handoff, Jalen Warren breaks a tackle, gets a first down run, stiff arm inside the 30, and boom, Jalen Warren down to the 26. What a play. What a player. Should have been tackled like after a couple yard gain. And he goes for 21 and a Steeler first down. As he goes over 100 again. Keep giving it to him. Run the damn ball. 1st and 10 of the 27 and a half, they say, with a whistle. But 1st and 10 coming up for Pittsburgh. Nothing stupid, but I'm telling you, down the middle of the field, go to your tight ends. Go to Freiermuth. Take a shot, go to Pickens. So 1st and 10 Pittsburgh, down 3 with 10:40 to play. Both teams have 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning coming up, and Pittsburgh is driving. Looking to at least tie this game up, if not take their first lead. First and 10. They'll run Warren again up the middle. Keep giving it to him. First down, Pittsburgh to the 15-yard line. Again. Keep giving it to him until they stop him. Pickett under center, ball at the 15.5-yard line. Freiermuth in motion. They'll run Warren again. He's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss. 2nd and 11, under 10 to play. Telling you, down the middle, tight end. Go to Freiermuth, go to Washington, go to Hayward. Nothing stupid. I mean, you're in field goal range. You got to set up for 3. Take the points. But if you end up scoring a touchdown, even better. Defense, get some more stops. Just find a way to win. From the 17, 2nd and 11. Naj will motion out, empty set. Pickett looking to throw. Going to roll out and get sacked back to the 28-yard line. Can he at least throw it away? Or is that too much to ask for? Good God. So 3rd and long now. Can you at least get some positive yards? If you don't get a first down, you get, an easier, shorter distance field goal for Boswell. 3rd and shit. I don't know what. 22. Okay. They're on a draw. Naj up the middle. Shit. He's still going. Down to the 10 he goes. So it'll be 4th and about 5. Kick the field goal. Take the points. Yep. 8-1-4 and counting to play. Kick it. Take the points. Be about 10, 27, 28-yard field goal here. Yeah, 28-yarder for Pittsburgh to tie it at 10. Kicks up. Kick is good. We are tied at 10 with 7:40 to play. Come on, defense. Let's get another stop. Let's get another stop. Pickett's now 12 of 21, 79 yards passing. Been sacked 3 times. Even though he does have 4 carries for 29 yards. 4 carries for 9 yards rushing. Been sacked 3 times for 29 yards. So if he doesn't get sacked, I mean, he has, 29 more. Or anywhere in between. I don't know what the stat line was for total yards rushing he had before he started getting sacked. But Jalen Warren, 9 for a $129 and a touchdown. Najee Harris, 11 of 40. Pickens with 2 catches, 20 yards. Allen Robinson, 3 of 19. Jalen Warren, 2 of 14. Deontay Johnson, 2 of 10. Darnell Washington has a catch for 8 yards. Pat Freiermuth has a catch for 7 yards. Atlanta Roberts playing his ass off, 12 total tackles, 8 of them solo with a tackle for loss, 3 total tackles for loss for Pittsburgh today, all actually in the second half. One by Roberts, one by Cam Hayward, the other by TJ Watt. Still no sacks, though. They still haven't gotten to DTR and brought him down on sacks. They've come close, but he's gotten the ball out. So defense is cracked down, and they're making the stops they need. They're going to have to continue to do it if they want to win today's game. Plain and simple, end of story. So we'll see if they can or not, but that's where we stand. 10-10. Defense needs to stop with 7:40. Yes, 7:40 to play. Another turnover would be nice. Maybe actually get some points off of it this time, because remember the interception a little bit ago, they couldn't get any points off of it. Still got the ball back, and then they drove and scored. So pressure, turnover, flat out, just get a stop, get the ball back, drive and score, and find a way to win this game. Then at that point, you're going to want to work clock. So come on, defense. What do you got? As Boswell kicks off, Oliver herself a touchback. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Cleveland Browns. So everything that's happened, out the window. We're tied at 10. It's coming down to the final 7:40. Maybe overtime. But defense. Steeler defense needs to stop. From the 25, 1st and 10. And pressure up the middle, but he gets rid of it. It's caught, 1st down, Cleveland. Okay, penalty on the play. They thought it was on Pittsburgh, but it's on Cleveland. So they'll replay the down. So yeah, that's the first penalty against the Browns all damn day. So 1st and 20 now for the Browns. That 1st down gets taken off the board. Back them up 10 yards. 1st and 20. And down he goes on the sack. They finally get to him. T.J. Watt. And Benton was there as well. 2 former Wisconsin Badgers. Bark at that, Cleveland. 2nd and 22. Yeah, 23. Empty set. DTR getting pressured again. Gets rid of it. Pass incomplete. Almost picked off by Sullivan again. And he very well could have had himself a pick 6 there, it looked like. So 3rd and long. 3rd and long. Empty set, they're going to throw. DTR complete, but Pittsburgh right there to wrap him up. Landon Roberts on the tackle. 4th down, they'll punt. Steelers getting the ball back with about 6 minutes to play. Tied at 10. Got 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. Drive and score and fucking win this game. Work the clock, too, with the run game. So the Browns on to punt. Just nothing stupid. No penalties, no turnovers. Just execute. Punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it at. And yeah, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh at the 48-yard line. So we're tied at 10. 5:47 to go now, officially. 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning, and 52 yards for Pater. Field goal might win it. Touchdown. Puts the pressure on Cleveland to score. Something they haven't done since the first half. It's been a tale of 2 halves, with Pittsburgh being a second-half team. It's just who they are. I mean, this is no surprise the way the game's played out. Not one bit. Just find a way to win. It is once again there for the taking, okay? Run the ball and work clock for 1. Just nothing stupid, They will throw, and if they do, hoping it's down the middle of the field of the tight end. Cleveland's, I would think, going to man up and force Pickett to throw with trying to stop the run for sure. But yeah, just nothing stupid. Don't be starting to shoot yourselves in the foot now with penalties or turnovers. So, just with a short field, yeah, drive, find a way to win this game. Find a way to win this game. So I'll leave it at that. We'll see if they can or not. We're tied at 10, and they got 2 timeouts and 2-minute warning with 5 minutes and 47 seconds to play. As we come down to the wire with these two, let alone in a Pittsburgh Steelers game again. Who would have guessed it? Who would have thought? So backs up against the wall. What are you going to do? Hopefully, because as they've been fighting back this whole entire second half, keep the momentum and rhythm, going. Find your groove on this drive and stick to it. And I'm telling you, run the goddamn ball with Jalen Warren and go down the middle of the field to your tight end, Pat Freiermuth, Connor Hayward, Darnell Washington. Pickett rolls out. Gonna throw. Complete. Pickens inside the 40. First down, Steelers. Keep at it. Keep at it. First and 10, Steelers from the 40. They run a screen and throw it in the ground. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Come on, boys. What do you got? 2nd and 10. Pickett will hand off Najee Harris, and they wrap him up in the backfield. 3rd and long, and now here comes a throw. So now they can't even move. They get a first down, but they can't even get any more than that. Can you at least get a few chunk yards, get field goal range for Boswell here? You don't need necessarily get a first down, but then if you don't score, kick field goal, touchdown for them wins it. Get the ball to Jalen Warren. Yep. And he gets only 2 to the 43, so on 3rd and 15, they're going to have to punt. You can't kick a long field goal from here. Give them a short field with 4 minutes and 2 timeouts, plus 2-minute warning to drive and, score a field goal, touchdown, and that wins it for him. You got to punt, pin him deep, play defense again. Yeah. So Cleveland makes a stop defensively when they had to, too. So Pittsburgh will punt. Fucking pin him deep. Coffin corner this bitch. Yeah, you better go. You better snap it. They get it off just barely. And they'll boom it. Fair catch, signaled for at the 15. So 1st and 10, Browns from there with 3:29 to play. As we're tied at 10. Come on, defense. What do you got? Remember, defense was the story week 2 when they met on Monday Night Football. Steelers had 2 defense touchdowns. One on the very first play of the game. The second by TJ Watt with a scoop and score after a hit from Alex Highsmith. It was as much as his as it was his. And then that's how they ended up winning the game, as Cleveland was backed up towards the end zone. Pressure into a turnover. Capitalize. Just find a way to win this game. Come on, defense. Come on, defense. What do you got? Pittsburgh going to call a timeout. Why? Yeah, that's the second time today they've called a timeout before the first play of the next drive for the opponent, because they're not set on fucking defense. Yeah, you should have been set on defense when you walked out there, because you had all this time on the sideline to get ready. There's stupidity. So 1st and 10. From the 14, Cleveland. Dumps it off on a screen, but brought down right away. Landon Roberts again on the tackle. Been a tackling machine today. 2nd and long, yeah. And that one timeout, Pittsburgh just burned when they had two, might hurt them. They only have one left with a 2-minute warning now. If they can get the ball back somehow, and like I said, just figure out a way to win this game. Come on, defense. What do you got? Who's it going to be? They'll run a draw. Hunt hurdles, gets a first down, and then Hayward wraps him up from behind with DeMonte KZ. 1st and 10 now. After a big conversion on 2nd and long. DTR's passing complete. 2nd and 10, 2:23 to play. Still tied at 10 here. Keep them out of field goal range. Don't give up a touchdown. So 2nd and 10. Empty set. Pittsburgh brings 5. Pass caught by Njoku, but he's brought down right away. Landon Roberts again. 3rd down, but that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Tied at 10. And we got another big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 7. With 2 minutes to play in the game. Remember, Cleveland was driving right before halftime. And they had a 3rd down with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Got the first down, drove and kicked a field goal to go up 10-0 at halftime. Pittsburgh, since of course, coming back and tied it at 10. Steeler defense needs to get the hell off the field on this 3rd and 7. Get the offense the ball back, drive, score yourself to win it. So yeah, with 2 minutes to play, we're tied at 10. 3rd and 7 coming up for Cleveland. Steeler defense needs to stop. Probably the biggest stop of the game. Turnover would be awesome. Turnover would be awesome. 3rd and 7, they could, draw up either or. They could run another draw. Okay, don't get it. 4th and inches, might go for it. You would think they'd punt, though, because Pittsburgh would get a short field done to win it. But then, if they pass, all right, still might be short, might get the first down, though. But, yeah, the Steeler defense needs to stop. Needs another stop. I'd watch a quarterback draw. I would. I'd also watch the deep ball. And I'd cover Amari Cooper because he's gone quiet this second half. Yeah. Watch out for Amari Cooper for Cleveland. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. Just this defense, man, is special. They are. Offense relies on them way too damn much, no doubt about it. But they need to stop. They need to stop for sure, especially in a sort of must-win game for both teams. Like I said, both at 6-3, right behind Baltimore in the AFC North. You know, you win this, whether they split then on the season or Pittsburgh, sweeps at 2-0. I mean, this game might be something you look back on later on in the season. Okay, this is why teams here rather than here, or vice versa, But a big 3rd and 7. Maybe play the game here. Steeler defense needs to get the hell off the field. Empty set, DTR out of the gun, looking to throw. It'll be incomplete. Through the receiver's hands. 4th down, they'll punt. Pittsburgh going to get the ball back with 1:56 and a timeout, needing a field goal to win it. So the Browns punt. And Austin from the 10 on the return. Nothing stupid. 20, 25 to the 30 on the return. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh with $1:42 to play and a timeout. Field goal wins it. Nothing stupid. No penalties, no turnovers. Use the sideline. With only one timeout, it's your friend. The clock will stop. Keep it simple. I'm not going to be surprised they run a couple screens, but I'm telling you, I've been saying all damn game. Work the middle of the field. Go to your tight ends. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Pickett going to throw. Near side. Incomplete. Dropped by Deontay Johnson. 2nd and 10. And, of course, if you can't end up scoring, you still want to try to work some clock if you can. Make them burn their timeouts. You don't want to give them the ball back with, some time left to try to still win it themselves. We'll see here what happens. Because I'm smelling, I think we might be playing some extra football here. 2nd and 10. Pickett going deep. And nobody there, incomplete. 3rd and 10. More miscommunication with him and the receiver. So 3rd and 10, after 2 incompletions, clock stops. They haven't even taken 10 seconds off the clock. What are they going to drop? What are they going to drop? 3rd and 10. Just get a 1st down. Pickett, far side, high, incomplete. And no flag. Get no call. 4th down, they'll punt, so Cleveland's going to get the ball back because the Steelers can't even take 15 seconds off the clock. They got the ball back with 1:42. There's $1:28 still to go. And then the Browns still have 2 timeouts. Jesus Christ. And now field goal still wins it for Cleveland. And they're going to rely on this defense to get another stop. Turnover would be awesome. Harvin, boom it. We're in Cleveland, the rock and roll city. Your blue suede shoes from Memphis. As Herbig pushes them out of bounds. You're not getting a late hit on that. You fucking crazy? 1st and 10. Come on, defense. Come on, defense. Don't break now. Do not break now. Let's go. 1st and 10, Cleveland with 1:18 to go. We're tied at 10. Steeler defense needs to stop. And DTR looking to throw, pass, caught at midfield. Son of a bitch. Of course, you don't want to give up a touchdown. But you also don't want to give up, potential game-winning field goal. Like, you got to get pressure, but you also got to hold Dak. They're in a tough spot. Kareem Hunt gets 3, maybe 4 yards, gets out of bounds as well. Clock stops for 53 seconds, and they got 2 timeouts. From the 45, 2nd and 5. Come on, defense. Pressure into a turnover, the interception. But yeah, they're a few yards away from field goal. Pass, caught. 1st down. What did I say about Amari Cooper just a little bit ago? Cleveland, calls a timeout. Pittsburgh still has 1. Probably use it to ice them at this point because they're in field goal range now. So Cleveland, because Pittsburgh couldn't fucking work any clock, move the ball more than an inch. Cleveland's going to have a chance to win it. And I mean, you can hope for a miss if he ends up kicking it, let alone, them to get some tackles for loss here to make the kick longer, let alone out of field goal range, and you play on or a turnover. They need to stop. They can't give up a touchdown because then they probably for sure lose, but then, they're in field goal range. Slant, caught, 1st down again, so now they're making it look easy, and, it's going to come down to a short field goal, it looks like. And they're going to let the clock run. Why not? And a handoff on a counter near side. Hunt for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up. So 19 seconds to play. And we have a whistle because Cam Hayward's down. Actually doing something good for once for the state of Ohio. He played at Ohio State. But, hey, we are. But taking a knee against the Cleveland Browns to get the clock to stop when the game's on the line. Because they can, and the Browns just call their 3rd and final timeout. So if they run a play now, they got to hope to get the fuck out of bounds or run their field goal unit on. So Pittsburgh tackle them inbounds and keep them out of the end zone. This game is ending the same way the first half ended. And then, the field goal now going to be the difference in this game. With Pittsburgh from start to finish, even with coming back and tying up, still not doing enough to win, unless they can figure out a way here real quick. But Browns have no timeouts. Tackle their ass in bounds. They reset the clock to 20 seconds. But, yeah, they're going to have to run their field goal unit on if they want to kick it. Unless they end up scoring. Yeah, that's a false start. Thank you. 5 yards. Back them up. And doesn't that include a 10-second runoff? Under 2 minutes? Delay a game on the defense. What? Are you serious right now? Of all the fucking penalties today, all but one. All but one have been on the Steelers. 2nd and 3 from the 19. They'll run it. Tackle him in bounds. And Cleveland's going to have to run their field goal unit on to win it. We got some pushing and shoving. Let this clock run, or they're going to spike it. Was that 4th down, though? We got a Cordell Stewart, Colorado at Michigan 5th down play? No. Brown's going to kick a potential game-winning field goal here with 5 seconds to go. Jesus Christ. You can hope that he misses it. Steelers have a timeout to ice him. But this is what the game's come down to. And you can hope for an error as it's 4:04 Eastern time. Steelers with a timeout, I think, to ice them. 34-yard field goal, which is basically a yard longer than an extra point. Yeah, Steelers with a timeout to ice. And the Browns will still kick it and potentially win it 13-10 if it's up and good. Yep. So here we go. Browns going to attempt a game-winning field goal from 34 yards out to beat the Steelers 13-10. And the snap, hold, kicks up and good. There's still 2 seconds. We got a flag on the play. There is a flag on the play. Offside on the Steelers. Penalty is going to decline. Kicks up and good. We still got 2 seconds to play. But the Browns now lead the Steelers 13-10. And now we'll have the band on the field, some hook and ladder. Pitchy, pitchy, woo-woo. Let alone, if it's a touchback and then, you can chuck it, but you're still going to be playing hook and ladder. So, this is going to be a tough way to lose right there. Game-winning field goal. And then both home teams would win this season. They'd split. Browns are going to get to 7-3. Pittsburgh's going to fall to 6-4 and lose their first one-score game of the season. It goes back to, the first half, not doing anything. Let alone late in the game, not working any time off the clock. So we'll have a touchback. So Pittsburgh's offense will get a chance. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line with 2 seconds. So we'll play, the hook and ladder game. But, still a damn good game, down to the wire, as expected. That field goal is Cleveland's only points in the second half, in my dad, with 2 seconds to go in the game. But here we go. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from 25. Kenny Pickett's pass, caught, and then hooked to Deontay Johnson. He's got to get rid of it. He goes down. Game's over. Browns beat the Steelers 13-10. So they're 7-3. Pittsburgh 6-4. Cleveland going to Denver next week. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. So going to be a must-win then as well, because if they lose and Cincinnati wins, then they're both 6-5. And then, you look at the division the way it is, and still having to, take care of business, the rest of the way. You'd hope for at least. Seems like, right now, still have football to play though. The only way they make the playoffs is they sneak in as a wild card, whether it be a 5, 6, 7 seed. But congrats to Cleveland, as Pittsburgh still hasn't won on the road against the Browns in a few years. We get bonus coverage, I might add, with the Raiders and Dolphins. So it looks like Miami's going to win this game 20-13. We'll turn Fox on as well, because now we'll get the double games at 4 o'clock. We did, normally have it at 1 o'clock, but, I had one earlier. And it was the game we just watched with Cleveland beating Pittsburgh 13-10. Game-winning field goal. So, this is going to be a tough loss. Pickett, 14-27, 93 yards passing. Give it up for Jalen Warren, though, man. I mean, 9 carries, 129 yards rushing, and a touchdown. And also had 3 catches for 16 yards out of the backfield. I mean, he is a bowling ball of a bulldozer who has turned into a pit bull inside the dog pound. And he's truly, I think, to this point, for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, the MVP of the season. Defensively, of course, you got T.J. Watt and company. As they only sacked DTR once. As circle back to, once again, all the narrative, the story was, Pittsburgh's going up against a backup quarterback. They should automatically win. No, have you never watched a Steeler game before? It's still going to come down to the wire. They'll still probably struggle as they did. Because you still got to stop them, and you still got to execute yourself. I don't care who's playing this position, that position, blah, blah, blah. You still got to play football, You still got to make your stops. You still got to make your plays. This one's going to be a tough loss for sure. Tough pill swallow, especially on a game-winning field goal like that. When they had it in their grasp to win it. It was there for the taking. They let it slip. They just didn't do enough in the first half, let alone late in the game, work clock. Because they punted officially 9 times today. That's ridiculous. Boswell, of course, is going on his extra point after the 75-yard Jalen Warren touchdown 50 seconds into the second half, and then he kicked a 28-yard field goal, but then they couldn't even get him in field goal range any other drive. As they got shut out in the first half, 10-0, and then tied up at 10 with a touchdown and field goal of their own. But then Cleveland, their only points the whole entire second half was a game-winning field goal at the end of the game with 2 seconds left to win it 13-10. And the game ended the way the first half ended, with a Cleveland Brown field goal. It was 7-0. Okay, 10-0. And then, remember, the Steelers scored. That field goal was the difference at a point in time. Steelers tied it at 10, and then the game-winning field goal is the overall difference in the game because the Browns went on a game-winning field goal 13-10. Atlanta Roberts, man, tackling machine, 15 tackles today. 11 of them solo and 2 tackles for loss. TJ Watt had the only sack, even though they did have 5 tackles for loss. 2 by Roberts, 2 by TJ Watt, and then the other by Cam Hayward. All 5 of those were in the second half. So you got to give it up for this defense. I mean, they played their ass off again. You got to feel bad for them, though, too, because this offense relies on them way too damn much. I mean, at least they were able to run the football. Total as a team, 26 carries, $172. And the touchdown, that's how the Browns also scored on the ground with a rushing touchdown as well. But then DTR played better than Kenny Pickett, who was only 14 and 27 for 93 yards. A sack 3 times. DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a rookie out of UCLA, was 24-43 for 165 yards passing. Did throw an interception, but the Steelers couldn't capitalize off of it. They couldn't get any points off of that. That could have been the difference in the game. They only sacked him once. Whereas Kareem Hunt had 12 carries, 36 yards rushing. Jerome Ford, 12 of 31 on the score. DTR, 3 of 20. Tucking and running. Elijah Moore led the team in receiving, 6 of 60. Njoku, 7 for 56. Amari Cooper had 4 catches for 34 yards. Of course, extra point was up and good, and they had 2 field goals, including the game-winning 34-yarder for the win. Browns beat the Steelers 13-10. Kenny Pickett once again, 14 and 27, 93 yards. Jalen Warren, 9 carries, 129 yards rushing and a touchdown. Najee Harris, 12 for 35. George Pickens, 3 catches, 32 yards. Allen Robinson, 3 of 19. Jalen Warren, 3 of 16. Deontay Johnson had 2 catches, 10 yards. Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington combined had 2 catches, 15 yards. And like I said, Atlanta Roberts, 15 tackles. They couldn't capitalize off the interception. Only sacked them once. So you got to give it to Cleveland's defense. You got to give it to their, offensive line. Made Pittsburgh punt 9 times. Let alone protected their quarterback. 20 first downs for the Browns compared to the Steelers' 12. Neither team was really able to convert on third down. Pittsburgh was 3 of 14. Cleveland 4 of 17. They were both 1-1 on fourth down. How the hell Cleveland ran with only about a 3-minute differential in the time possession battle, winning that 31-27, 28-33. How the hell Cleveland ran a good 15 more total plays, I don't know, 73-57. As neither team cracked 300 total yards. Cleveland winning that by 10, 259 to 249. Pittsburgh was able to run the ball and play good defense, but then they couldn't stop the pass, and that's sort of what did them in, because they gave up and they couldn't, execute offensively either. Pickett held under 100 yards passing. And the penalties killed them. I mean, Cleveland had 1 penalty for 10 yards. Pittsburgh 6 of 46, and then the turnover they couldn't capitalize off of. They didn't play that great. I mean, if they would have squeaked it out, okay, a win's a win, but they didn't do enough to win. They didn't. They flat out didn't. Game-winning field goal like this, yeah, it sucks, stings, but sort of deserved to lose because they didn't do enough. And, it starts up front. Even though they were able to run the ball, Pickett was sacked 3 times. And then, they punted 9 times. They couldn't even get Boswell and Phil Grant other than the 1 time they scored, which the rushing touchdown was 75 yards. They couldn't even drive the ball today. They couldn't because of how good Cleveland's defense is. Another 1-score game, but they're on the losing end of it now. Hopefully that doesn't become a trend, though, as they fall to 6-4. But, from the slow start to, having their chances, even tying it at 10, it's a whole new ball game then. They couldn't execute. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't get a first down, for God's sakes. They couldn't, work any clock. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you how it is. they couldn't do jack shit, from start to finish today for the most part, other than a 75-yard touchdown and a decent drive to get Boswell in field goal range to tie it at 10. That's it. A couple plays in which, at least that field goal drive, I mean, I'm trying to remember, because as always, play calling could be better. Whether the play call is this or that, though, the players still got to execute, because people are going to hammer for Matt Canada again, and, they'll try to protect Kenny Pickett because he played at Pitt and, all that shit. But this ain't fucking kindergarten. You're playing, third grade football. This ain't, trying to color coordinate, okay, this or that, or because, college football, he played at this school or that school. You're playing in the fucking NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? Like, the standard is the standard. You still got to play, okay? And even with all the injuries that they're being dealt, it's next man up mentality. I thought the defense played, pretty damn good. I mean, it was a special teams, type of low-scoring defensive showdown, though, today, though, especially with a touchdown apiece, a field goal apiece, but then a game-winning field goal to win it. Because just think, I mean, he misses it, we go to overtime. Who knows what happens? Or if, Pittsburgh would have done a little bit more earlier on, or this or that, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. You win some, you lose some. Take a little while to get over for sure. Tough loss because it's in division against the Browns. You split with them. At least you didn't get swept by them, as you should have probably swept them though. But they're 7-3. Of course, you're gonna hope they lose a little bit more down the stretch, along with you winning some more down the stretch. You fall to 6-4. Still a lot of football to be played though, but they got a tough one again next week at Cincinnati. So, gonna have to find a way to win that game, as it'll probably be very similar to how today's game went, let alone all fucking season long. Let alone, you'd think, just how the Steelers played and have played their whole entire franchise history of the past 90 years, back to 1933. So, just, we'll see how they, respond. I mean, they're 6-4. It's not the end of the world. And that trend with losing, winning to, losing, winning to, so on and so forth, continues. From, week one, losing to San Francisco. Then they beat the Browns on Monday Night Football and beat the Raiders on Sunday Night Football. Before they lost to the Texans. They got to get these tight ends more involved, man. I mean, Freiermuth back today for the first time since that Houston game. I mean, shit, they weren't even going to tight ends before he was injured, let alone why he was injured. And then he's back and they're still not going to him. So, and then they beat the Ravens and beat the Rams. They're on the road for the first time in a month. And then they lost Halloween weekend, but then they, won 2 straight and then they lose again. So, you look down the stretch, if that continues with a loss, 2 wins, a loss, 2 wins, a loss, 2 wins, another loss at 6-4, that means they would hypothetically, I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm no genius, but just because of that trend, with a loss, 2 wins, a loss, 2 wins, a loss, another 2 wins, and a loss today, that means they would win the next 2 games and be 8-4, lose, be 8-5, win, 10-5, loss, 10-6, and then win 11-6, and that depending on what else happens, though, should still be enough to make the fucking playoffs. As a wild card. Let alone, who knows, maybe still be in the thick of it for the division. As they have coming up. They go to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals next Sunday. Then they host the Cardinals. That'll actually be the last Sunday home game of the season for the Steelers, which is hard to believe. And it's in 2 weeks, December the 3rd, when there's still another month of football to be played afterwards. Game will be at 1 o'clock the next 2 weeks. As they'll go to the Bengals and then host the Cardinals. Then they'll be in a short week Thursday night at home against the Patriots. Then they go to Indianapolis. That game is either going to be December the 16th, which is a Saturday, or December the 17th, which is Sunday. Then they host the Bengals 2 days before Christmas on a Saturday, because Christmas is on a Monday. Christmas Eve, Sunday, they play that Saturday afternoon at 4:30. Then on New Year's Eve, they go to Seattle, and then week 18, they go to Baltimore. They're going to have their chances to still finish strong. You know, it's only one game. So I stand by with everything I just said. Since, well, one, the game started, everything I said during the game and everything I've said afterwards thus far. And everything I'll continue to say. So thanks for tuning in and listening. But they just gotta, you know, figure out, one, how to start faster, two, how to execute, you know, more offensive plays, because the running game is there, you know, so it's boiling down to Kenny Pickett making plays. Which he has, but then he also hasn't, because they also rely on this defense, once again, way too damn much. I mean, sure, they couldn't even capitalize off turnover. They couldn't. Defense broke, you know, late. Gave up one more field goal than they kicked themselves. And then that was the difference. So, yeah, Browns win at 13-10 on a game-winning field goal over the Pittsburgh Steelers here today. So, I mean, like I said, there's still a lot of football to be played. They can bounce back easily off of this, especially with that trend. You know, from the start of the season until now, and it's a loss and then 2 wins, and a loss and 2 wins, and a loss and 2 wins, and then, you know, so on and so forth. That's seriously how their season has gone. Even though it's been now 6-4, all 6 wins by 1 score, 2 blowout losses, 3 of them by 10 points or more, and then they lose a 1-score game on a game-winning field goal. You know, once again, it's not the end of the fucking world, so relax. Calm the hell down, all right? Believe me, I'm pissed off myself, but there's still a lot of football to be played. You know, because you don't know what's going to happen on any given Sunday in the National Football League. You don't. You don't. But if also you don't take care of business, you're up shit creek without a paddle. So they still got to take care of business. If you get help, you get help. If you don't, you don't. And then it's back to, well, coulda, woulda, shoulda with this or that. You know? So, yeah, if they can just... Because it's always going to come down to the wire with them. It's just who they are. Once again, just find a way to win the game. Then okay, if you win it, you win it. If you lose it, you lose it. And then it's back to, well, you could have, should have, you know, done this or that. And for the most part today, it's from a slow start to breaking on defense late, but truly right before halftime and right at the end of the game. You know, giving up those 2 drives when they couldn't drive the ball themselves offensively. And they give up 2 field goals like that, and that's the difference in the game, especially a game-winning field goal. You know, because, once again, like I said, they couldn't drive themselves. They couldn't. They had a 75-yard touchdown, and shit, they punted 9 times. They couldn't even get Boswell in field goal range, other than the one time they, had the drive stall on him, and then he kicked it from however far he kicked it from, and it was up and good. Tie at 10, and then, late, they couldn't work any clock either, which probably hurt them. And then the officials today, I'm not blaming the refs, but 7 total penalties and 6 of them are against Pittsburgh. Come on. Let alone the reviews, in my opinion, from what I saw, just all out of whack today. From the challenges we saw to the just official reviews to, the spot of the ball and this and that. Like, it was a damn good game. This is just AFC North football. It's not how some people would like it. Everybody always wants a fucking shootout. Well, you're not always going to get that. It's going to be, for the most part, what defense going to bend doesn't break with a running game. And if you can work clock, you're going to win. Win turnover battle, you're going to win. So Cleveland won today. Whether they did this or that right, or Pittsburgh did this or that right, they did more than the Steelers did, because the Steelers didn't do enough. They didn't play good enough. See, that was the other thing, too. They didn't, or couldn't do what they sometimes are used to doing, even though they're not. They couldn't do what they should have done when they had the chance to do it, because they had their chances, and then, well, you want to crown them, crown their ass, but they mopped the hook. That's exactly what they did. So, yeah, just one of those games that it is what it is, and you move on. So they just gotta get better. They can't start a downhill spiral now with losing 1-score games. They got to find a way to continue to win these 1-score games. Because, if you don't take care of business, there's no point on whatever else is going on. Like, take care of business or else sort itself out. But, we'll see how the week goes. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. But then next Sunday, the Steelers will host the Bengals. They'll be at the Bengals. At 1 o'clock. They'll host Cincinnati right before Christmas. That was the thing this season with the schedule. They're at Cincinnati right after Thanksgiving, but they're at home against Cincinnati right before Christmas. So with holidays, and then, go to Baltimore week 18 after New Year's. They'll still be in the thick of it. Don't get me wrong. They will be. They'll be right there in the playoff picture. And I'd be surprised otherwise. So, we'll see how it goes next week, and hopefully you'll tune in. So, I guess in the meantime, that'll do it for myself. Your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Coil and Luke 96, live right here on YouTube. So, thanks for tuning in and listening. Always greatly appreciated. So, of course, would have liked a better outcome today for the black and gold, but they came up just short, losing at the Cleveland Browns on a game-winning field goal. Officially, your final score, 13-10, is Cleveland now gets to 7-3. Pittsburgh falls to 6-4, but there's still a lot of football to be played. There is. They end up splitting on the season. They could meet again in the playoffs potentially, depending on who makes it and who doesn't. But then if not, this will be the last time they play until next season sometime. As both home teams won in close 1-score games. It was a 4-point win for the Steelers earlier this season, 3-point win for the Browns today. Maybe a 2-point win or 1-point win next time they meet, for all we know. I don't know. But, it is what it is. So, give it up for Jalen Warno and Landon Roberts. I think even in the loss, they They were the highlight, the stars of today's game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're giving out, not necessarily participation trophies or awards, because you just got to feel bad for this defense. You do. It's pathetic on how bad this offense is at times. A couple catches apiece. Yeah, there's consistency there, but there's no yardage. You got to move the ball forward, not backwards, to score. It's not golf, folks. It's not the lowest score that wins. It's the highest score that wins. It's football. So it's it's frustrating as all hell, is what it boils down to. It is. And like I said, if they would have won, well, it would have been the story of, well, win's a win. You take it because you don't know when you're going to get it. And now they haven't won since last week. So up and down. They're 6-4. I wouldn't even necessarily say they're, even though they are, too inconsistent. I wouldn't necessarily say that because they have, more wins than losses. And there's teams out there that would love to be 6-4, let alone, 10-0, anywhere in between. Because they very well could be with 6-4 and all 6 wins are by 1 score. Those go the other way, let alone, this loss today by 1 score, 2 blowouts, and then a 10-point loss. They're 6-4. They could be 10-0. They could be 0-10. They could be anywhere better, anywhere less in between. It could be a hell of a lot worse. Could be a hell of a lot better, though, with the potential they have, but it's putting it all together. And it's taking advantage of your opportunities and your chances, but then no. It's like they play down to their opponent. They play their opponent's game. It's like, well, you should be playing your fucking game. Whether it's the way it is or not, you should still be playing your game. I get it's who they are. And they're consistent at that. Sticking to, 3 and out and a punt. 3 and out and a punt times by 9. At least today it was. Because if points are coming out of premium, you're going to want to take them, right? Yeah, correct. You tell it somebody else, though, he'll disagree. But, they couldn't even get, once again, balls on field goal range, other than the one time they did. And Cleveland was able to drive consistently today. Pittsburgh, no. And their touchdown was 75 yards. What if that gets called back because of a penalty? What if that, only went for half the yardage and then they still stalled and they still don't get any points off of that? It doesn't come down to a game-winning field goal. They were lucky to be tied at 10. They were lucky to, be in the position they were in. And they fought back. Truly, you think about it. Yeah, it's on the road. Steeler Nation always travels. This game is at home. It still might turn out the way it turned out, but probably a better chance they win it. As they did week 2 against Cleveland, because it was the same damn thing. 4-point win then, 3-point win today. Just home teams win. Pittsburgh won then, Cleveland won today. So it just is what it is. There's not really much else to be said. I'll quit yapping. Just thanks for tuning in and listening. So I'll leave it at that. Of course, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. And thanks for tuning in. But the Browns beat the Steelers on a game-winning field goal, 13-10. Your final score. Cleveland at the Broncos next week, as mentioned, and Pittsburgh will be in Cincinnati take on the Bengals. So hopefully tune back in next Sunday for live watch-along reactions of that matchup in division on the road again. And we'll see how it goes. Going to be another must-win for the black and gold. Especially as you get on down the stretch, you're going to want to be winning these games rather than losing these games. You know, you want to stack them in the win column, not the loss column. You don't want to be a dead body. You know, even if you're getting banged up as they are, you're wounded. Yeah, if they can get healthy too to help out a little bit. You still play with who you have, but because the standard next man up mentality. 1-0. I know I went through the rest of the schedule, but they got the Bengals coming up next, and that's what you should be worried about, and only that game. And who knows how Cincinnati's going to play their first full game without Joe Burrow, as Cleveland played their first full game today without Deshaun Watson, even though they played without him the whole entire first half of the season last year. Really the only other time Burrow was hurt was his rookie year when he blew his knee out this time of year, and it was done for the rest of the year. And then I believe Pittsburgh beat him either right before or right after that happened, let alone, did they play him earlier in that season or later again? I can't remember. But then, Bengals then go Super Bowl, lose. Last year they lose in the playoffs. They're in a good spot. It seemed like they're just getting hot. And then that happens. But like I said, don't care if they're up against the starting quarterback, the backup quarterback, the third string, fourth string, on down the line, practice squad quarterback, the dude they're thinking about drafting in next year's draft or in 5 years, or whoever they're going to fucking sign, if they somehow would, try to get them, over on the team in the meantime. I don't care who the fucking quarterback is. It doesn't fucking matter, because you still got to stop them, and you still got to execute yourself. It's no surprise that the game still turned out the way it turned out, because it's just who they are. They don't take advantage of it. Even though they'd say they do, they sort of don't. And that, not necessarily what makes it frustrating. It's frustrating overall as a whole, as all hell, because it's just the consistency of it always coming down to the wire, playing the way they play. It's well, don't you think you'd want to play a little bit better today? Or at least start a little bit faster today? They're a second half team for sure. Past 2 games, though, they won. Started fast and didn't look back, even though, it still came down to the wire. Back to the basics today with a slow start, inching back. They tied at 10, but then it was too late. Because then the clock ran out on them, because Cleveland ends up kicking a game-winning field goal as time expired, because they didn't, use the clock to their advantage, when they had the ball. Even though they had the running game, and Pickett's got to make some plays. I feel bad for the defense once again. They're out there the whole entire fucking game making stops, and then sometimes it's enough, but then other times it's not, and then just is what it is. So, seemingly a lot of close one-score games in the NFL again this week. What's new? As Thanksgiving will be next week, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody once again. And then hopefully we'll tune back in next Sunday for the Steelers-Bengals game live right here on YouTube as well. Watch-along reactions then. So, yeah. Browns beat the Steelers 13-10 on a game-winning field goal. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below.